Hear this, Rich.
Back to the Equitable Advisors Council, wearing shades as necessary. We'll be back on VypeFortBend.com.
This thing I did.
We're the Ridge Point Cheerleaders.
Okay. Okay, I didn't want to be live on the website yet, period. I am launching now, period. Hi everybody, and welcome to Mercer Stadium on a glorious Saturday morning for VypeFortBend.com coverage of Fort Bend County football. It's a District 26A showdown. Clements taking on Ridge Point. Ridge Point undefeated in district play, but Clements doing just fine, and they would really like to knock off the Panthers, and they seem as well prepared to do it as they have ever been in, I don't know, the 21st century. Roger Smith with you, Les Clary inside the mothership at Vype World Headquarters, and our VypeFortBend.com coverage is brought to you by Archer Volkswagen, Next Level Urgent Care, Xfinity Mobile, the best kept secret in wireless, the Needville Insurance Agency, First Tyrant Automotive, and the sponsor for our Countdown to Kickoff show is Equitable Advisors, who can guide you gently and carefully and intelligently into that very comfortable retirement that you dream about. Get with my friend Nick Arevalo at Equitable Advisors, financial professionals. That's how it goes when there was a game last night and there's a game in the morning on Saturday. That won't be my last error, I can assure you. We'll be right back with the Equitable Advisors Countdown to Kickoff show right after this.
Existential threat to internet speed. It's a big one. Dr. Trudy Fleer here with the 5G Home Recovery Podcast. Let's discuss a very real existential threat to internet speed. It's a big one. Ready? T-Mobile Home Internet. It lags. Ugh. Now, what is lag? Lag is a delay in data being transmitted across the internet. For example, you're hitting that hot drop, the parachute cuts out, you've got an unsuspecting bot in your sights, and lag! You were actually eliminated 10 seconds ago. Nobody deserves that. So stop letting T-Mobile Home Internet ruin everything and switch to Xfinity. Learn more at xfinity.com/TMOFax.
Get an amazing value on Xfinity Internet with unlimited data included. Switch for $55 a month for 2 full years with no annual contract required and no equipment fees for 24 months. Go to xfinity.com/TMOFax, call 1-800-XFINITY, or visit a store to learn more. Requires paperless billing and autopay. Ends 10/17/22. Restrictions apply. New fast internet and xFi Complete customers only. xFi Gateway required. Taxes and fees extra and subject to change. After 24 months, regular rates apply to all services and devices.
We're the Rangers cheerleaders. Hear this, Ridgepoint. No matter how this game turns out today, respect Clements. Remember, you'll be needing Clements students to tutor you. And in the years to come, you'll be needing Clements grads to sign your paychecks. Coach Darnell is next on the Countdown to Kickoff show. Go Rangers!
Archer Volkswagen showroom is open, and our team's excited to help you. Visit our sales department Monday through Saturday from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. Or bring your car in for service from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Monday through Friday, and Saturdays from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. We're closed on Sundays to rest and recharge with our families, so we can serve you well through the week. We hope to see you soon.
Next Level Urgent Care supports Fort Bend County sports and supports you whenever you're hurting. Next Level is here for the community, open 7 days a week, 9 till 9, for you and your family at more than 30 Greater Houston locations, including Sugar Land, Sienna, Greatwood, Longmeadow, and 4 in Katy. From ow to wow, Next Level Urgent Care has you covered. And if you're short on time, Next Level has an app to get you in line right away. Just text NLUC APP to 313131 for Next Level Urgent Care.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Countdown to Kickoff show, the Equitable Advisors Countdown to Kickoff show. The Clements Rangers probably as confident as they've been in a while, taking on Ridgepoint. And Bobby Darnell, head coach, I wanted to ask you, has the confidence that comes with the wins your teams have put together the last few weeks, has that kind of manifested itself in the way they're walking and talking?
Not at all, because it's not something that we're going to do. We're confident because of the preparation. We're confident because of the work that we're going to put in to pull off things that other people don't think we can do. So there's nothing different with the way we're going to walk, the way we're going to act. We're going to just put in work, keep our head down, and just keep pushing and grinding. And the outcome will turn out whatever the outcome is. But we always focus on the process.
Have you had more opportunities than usual to get a look at Ridgepoint and what they've got this year, or is it kind of like any other year?
No, it's probably just like any other year. I mean, we see all their films. We've got exactly what they want to do. We know how they did week 1 versus Westlake, and we know how they did last week versus Elkins. So, and everything in between. So there's just a lot of great players, a lot of great talent over there, and obviously great coaching. So it'll be just a huge test for us.
And what's the key to victory for your team?
I think we got to minimize the mistakes that we make. I told them elite teams, which is what we're chasing, are consistent, not just consistently good. They make consistent plays. They may not play a perfect game, but they're going to find a way to turn it around that next play. So we've got to find a way to hit that consistent level of greatness, of at least good, and put together as many good back-to-back plays.
And they've got that turnover trash can over there. I guess if at the end of the day there are no footballs in that trash can, then that would go a long way toward giving your team its best shot.
Absolutely. We threw Taylor Davis the ball twice last year, so we don't need to throw him the ball. Okay, he's a great player. He's heading to Kansas and is going to play for them as a freshman. That's how good he is. So we got to keep the ball away from him, and we've got to make sure that ball is, when it's ours, it needs to stay with us.
And Kansas is a good place to be now. I don't know that we would have said that 2 years ago, but that's one of their players. I know you're concentrating on preparing your players. Thanks for being with us on the Equitable Advisors Countdown to Kickoff show.
Thank you very much, Roger. You know you do the best everything you always do for us.
I appreciate it, but you know you work hard at what you love to do. And you know that as a coach, and that's why I do this stuff.
That's why they always say it'll never feel like a job if you love what you do.
Also loving what they do are the trash-talking cheerleaders, and we'll be back with another segment from them when we return. Equitable Advisors financial professionals know the path to a fulfilling future begins with getting to know who you are and what matters to you most. They work with people as individuals. That's how they deliver on their mission, just like Nick Arevalo, CFP. Talk to your local Equitable Advisor financial professional at 281-712-8777 or visit nickarevalo.com. That's NICKAREVALO.com. Together, you and my friend Nick can plan a future that reflects all of who you are. Equitable Advisors, LLC, New York, New York, member FINRA SIPC, investment advisory through Equitable Advisors, LLC, an SEC registered investment advisor. CFP is a certification mark owned by the Certified Financial Planner Board of Standards, Incorporated. This mark is awarded to individuals who successfully complete the CFP Board's initial and ongoing certification requirements. Back to the Equitable Advisors Countdown to Kickoff show, getting you ready for Clements against Ridgepoint, and here to introduce himself and the rest of our officiating crew is our referee.
Yes, I'm Carl Birch. Umpire is Brady Rhodes. Head linesman's Gary Cooper. Line judge Stephen Cotton. Field judge Lewis Brown. Side judge Javier Garcia. And back judge is August Nauman.
All right, thank you, Mr. Birch. Have a good game. It's a beautiful, beautiful day. I know your crew is all wearing shades as necessary. We'll be back on VypeFortBend.com.
There is nothing spooky about these spectacular specials at First Tire and Automotive. Save $50 off 2 tires and $100 off 4 tires with the purchase of a premium installation package. Some exclusions apply. See store for details. Cannot be combined with any other offers. And if your battery seems to be ghosting you, save 15% on AC Delco batteries. Check out the website firsttireandauto.com for details and to book your appointment today. First Tire and Automotive with 4 convenient locations in Sugar Land and Cinco Ranch. firsttireandauto.com.
Hey, Fort Bend County fans, this is Bradley Stavinaw with Needville Insurance Agency.
Bradley is my insurance man. He can save you hundreds, if not thousands of dollars every year on your car insurance, home insurance, or flood insurance, or all three like he did for me. And Bradley, you are as Fort Bend County as they come, right?
That's right, 4th generation here in the Needville area in Fort Bend County, taking care of folks over here for over 100 years here in Fort Bend County.
You can give him a call, you can go online, or he'll even come see you at the Needville Insurance Agency. Give him the number, Bradley.
979-793-7411.
Hey Becky, what about this beat for your next song?
It's cool, but I'm into faster stuff lately, like Xfinity that gives me beyond gig speeds.
Got it. What about this then?
It sounds powerful, just like Xfinity. Because its supersonic Wi-Fi has 3 times the bandwidth, you can connect hundreds of devices at once.
That's what I call power.
Unbeatable internet from Xfinity. Made to do anything so you can do anything.
Get the Xfinity Supersonic Bundle with unlimited gig speed internet, Wi-Fi equipment included, and a free 4K streaming box, all for $50 a month with a 2-year internet rate guarantee and no annual contract when you add Xfinity Mobile with unlimited data at regular rates. Go to xfinity.com/gig, call 1-800-XFINITY, or visit a store today. Limited time offer. Restrictions apply. Requires paperless billing and autopay. New Gigabit Extra internet customers only. Taxes and fees extra and subject to change. Xfinity Mobile requires post-pay Xfinity internet. Reduced speeds after 20 gigabytes wireless usage. After 24 months, regular rates apply. Requires compatible Xfinity gateway.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Countdown to Kickoff show. And it's time to talk with Rick LaFavors, head coach of the Ridgepoint Panthers, who have gotten their act together in district play and taken on Clements today. What in particular about Clements is something that is a potential hazard for your team?
Just their execution. They do a great job. Coach Darnell and his staff. Their kids play hard. They're well coached, and they scheme up, on both sides of the ball, and they make you cross your T's and dot your I's and everything. The last couple of years, they've opening series, they've gone down and scored. So we're just challenging our kids to start fast, especially with the early kickoff. We can't be sleepwalking this morning.
Well, me too, neither. I gotta stay sharp myself, and it's not always that easy when you kick off at 11, but I'm glad we are. Also, I wanted to ask you, you're very excited about your defense going into the season. Are they starting to round into the form and make the plays on a consistent basis that you expected them to make when the season started?
Yes, sir. They're starting to gel a little bit, and really the whole team offensively is clicking as well. But defense is definitely playing at another level, and it's really fun to watch them. Kind of take some pressure off the offense, knowing that no matter where the ball is, the defense got a good chance of stopping them, getting it back for you.
And Coach Darnell remembers that Taylor Davis picked off a couple of passes in the last meeting, and that kind of was it 3 actually? Oh, okay, 3 then. And so I know that got things going in your team's direction. Anything else you want to add before we let you go?
No, just hoping for praying for a clean game, and everybody to come out safe and clean, and just both sides play hard. So.
All right, that's Rick LaFavors. Thanks very much for being with us on the Equitable Advisors Countdown to Kickoff show. We'll be kicking this one off soon, but first, we'll have the Ridgepoint trash-talking cheerleaders when we return on VypeFortBend.com. Glad you're with us.
Archer Volkswagen showroom is open, and our team's excited to help you. Visit our sales department Monday through Saturday from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. Or bring your car in for service from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Monday through Friday, and Saturdays from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. We're closed on Sundays to rest and recharge with our families, so we can serve you well through the week. We hope to see you soon.
Next Level Urgent Care supports Fort Bend County sports and supports you whenever you're hurting. Next Level is here for the community, open 7 days a week, 9 till 9, for you and your family at more than 30 Greater Houston locations, including Sugar Land, Sienna, Greatwood, Longmeadow, and 4 in Katy. From ow to wow, Next Level Urgent Care has you covered. And if you're short on time, Next Level has an app to get you in line right away. Just text NLUC APP to 313131 for Next Level Urgent Care.
We're the Ridgepoint Cheerleaders. Election Day is coming up in about 3 weeks. Sometimes the wisest thing to do when you might not have what it takes to win is concede. Cut your losses and save face. We know Clements will do the smart thing. This has been the Countdown to Kickoff show. The play-by-play action is next on VypeFortBend.com.
Hello, I'm Gary Horn with Horn Solutions. We agree with energy analysts that the energy market has stabilized. We anticipate significant merger and acquisition activity. Good resources are scarce. Horn Solutions is positioned to assist you in accounting, finance, IT, and supply chain. Our staff can assist you with outsourcing, or we can supply you with resources to join your staff. Visit hornsolutions.net for details.
Gary Horn is a highly successful businessman who has made a huge impact in people's lives, and he loves what he does for a living. That's a big reason why Gary Horn and Horn Solutions support Get a Great Gig. Get a Great Gig is a free job search consultation service that will help you find a job you love, whether it's to make more money or get personal fulfillment in the career of your choice. Email them at getagreatgig@gmail.com or on Twitter at getgreatgigs.
Archer Volkswagen showroom is open, and our team's excited to help you. Visit our sales department Monday through Saturday from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. Or bring your car in for service from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Monday through Friday, and Saturdays from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. We're closed on Sundays to rest and recharge with our families, so we can serve you well through the week. We hope to see you soon.
Back to Mercer Stadium. The teams have taken the field. We'll get this one underway very soon. Time for the Archer Volkswagen keys to the game. For Clements, it is very simple. They must not turn the football over. Clements has been very determined. They have come back in some very significant games recently, and they've been able to avoid disaster by avoiding turnovers. But Ridge Point's defense can turn the ball over with the best of them, especially with Taylor Davis, whom we mentioned in the early going. We also have D.K. Kalu along the front and Cortez Nichols, a vicious linebacker who can light you up and jar the ball loose. For the Ridge Point Panthers, it is consistent quarterback play as they've been getting from their main man. I guess you'd say he's their new main man, Austin Carlisle. But Ridge Point has been trying to develop depth at quarterback just in case Carlisle should happen to falter. They could turn to Samson Wheeler or whomever. We will step aside and be back with the opening kickoff right after this on VypeFortBend.com.
Hey, Becky, what about this beat for your next song?
It's cool, but I'm into faster stuff lately, like Xfinity that gives me beyond gig speeds.
Got it. What about this then?
It sounds powerful, just like Xfinity. Because its supersonic Wi-Fi has 3 times the bandwidth, you can connect hundreds of devices at once.
That's what I call power.
Unbeatable internet from Xfinity. Made to do anything so you can do anything.
Get the Xfinity Supersonic Bundle with unlimited gig speed internet, Wi-Fi equipment included, and a free 4K streaming box, all for $50 a month with a 2-year internet rate guarantee and no annual contract when you add Xfinity Mobile with unlimited data at regular rates. Go to xfinity.com/gig, call 1-800-XFINITY, or visit a store today. Limited time offer. Restrictions apply. Requires paperless billing and autopay. New Gigabit Extra internet customers only. Taxes and fees extra and subject to change. Xfinity Mobile requires post-pay Xfinity internet. Reduced speeds after 20 gigabytes wireless usage. After 24 months, regular rates apply. Requires compatible Xfinity gateway.
Equitable Advisors financial professionals know the path to a fulfilling future begins with getting to know who you are and what matters to you most. They work with people as individuals. That's how they deliver on their mission, just like Nick Arevalo, CFP. Talk to your local Equitable Advisor financial professional at 281-712-8777 or visit nickarevalo.com. That's NICKAREVALO.com. Together, you and my friend Nick can plan a future that reflects all of who you are. Equitable Advisors, LLC, New York, New York, member FINRA SIPC, investment advisory through Equitable Advisors, LLC, an SEC registered investment advisor. CFP is a certification mark owned by the Certified Financial Planner Board of Standards, Incorporated. This mark is awarded to individuals who successfully complete the CFP Board's initial and ongoing certification requirements.
And commitment to serving students.
All right, the captains are in the middle of the field. The Rangers are the home team today. Gunnar Chenier, their quarterback, is one of the captains, along with Gabriel Mosier. Also, Ferris Rafai, their outstanding linebacker, as well as Alex Aguirre Acosta, who plays along the defensive line. This is a ceremonial coin toss, of course. They did this about 30, 45 minutes ago, and they're just going to show us what was decided. Clements has won the toss and elected to receive. They did not defer. That is kind of unusual these days.
Fans, this is a very special time for us to honor the officials.
Michael Kazimirvis, whose brother used to play for Clements, is one of the captains for Ridgepoint. But just wait a minute.
To be a part of today's athletic event.
All right, so
the fact is, today's game could not happen without officials.
A coach from Clements has gone out to the middle of the field and said, look, we didn't want to just receive the ball. We wanted to defer.
You do.
Or maybe they're just taking a picture. That's Dina Scott, the athletic director for Fort Bend ISD Athletics. I don't really know what's going on. I think that perhaps Clements is going to receive the ball at the north end of the field.
Athletics, the very best. If you've never officiated before, don't worry. TASA will provide the training
Jackson
you need.
Lee,
So make your first great call.
Bryce Benson, and
at www.taso.org.
William Boer-Jones were the other captains for the Ridgepoint Panthers.
Please be respectful to our hardworking
It is
officials.
84 degrees here at game time, an absolutely perfect afternoon. There are some light puffy clouds up there, but none of them are going to produce rain. I can promise you that.
FortBend.com. Your home for Fort Bend County.
Whatever wind we have is blowing out of the south, so it will be at the back of the Ridgepoint Panthers as they kick off from their own 40-yard line.
The Panther girls will be on Tuesday night volleyball as they take on Austin. And Friday
Next week on Friday night, we've got the VypeFortBend.com broadcast of the Rangers game against the Bush Broncos, who got their first win in district play. They beat Elkins last night. And I know that was a big monkey off the back of head coach Alan Aldridge.
Equitable Advisors. FortBend.com is your broadcast home for Fort Bend County
Kenneth Robinson and Gabriel Mosier to receive the kick of Holden Gray of Ridgepoint. Ridgepoint wearing the white road jerseys with the purple pants, white helmets with the double purple stripe going down the middle over the top. On one side they have the Ridgepoint logo, and on the other they have their number. And thankfully Clements is wearing the navy blue jerseys with the white numerals. It'll make it so much easier for me to identify players, and we are ready to rock. 40-yard line, Holden Gray gets his foot into the football, and this is not going to reach the end zone. It'll be Mosier from the 6-yard line, moving toward the middle of the field from the far side. Up the numbers, gets across the 20 to the 23, and that's where Clements will set up shop to start the game.
Number 9,
Noriel Dominguez, a freshman for Ridgepoint, made the tackle on special teams.
Dom and Goose being up.
Remember, you can always
for the Rangers.
Listen both live and later to VypeFortBend.com. After this game is over, the live broadcast, it'll be available on the podcast, and we will hear for the very first time Noriel Dominguez getting his name mentioned, covering a kickoff and making his first tackle. Look out for James Eaglin in the middle of that Ridgepoint defensive line. He plays nose guard, and he is just absolutely massive, bigger than any one of the offensive linemen that the Rangers have. In the pistol formation, Gunnar Chenier sends a man in motion and hands it up the middle, and there goes John Lewis, who picks up 2, maybe 3 yards straight ahead for the Rangers. Riding him down, making the tackle was Kenneth Riley.
He's brought down by number 34, Alexander. That brings up second down.
Give him 3. It'll be second down and 7. Ridgepoint secondary is about as good as they come in Region 3 and Class 6A in the state of Texas. 3-man defensive front, empty backfield. Chenier on second down and 7. And there's some movement before the snap. Flags fly and whistles blow. And I think it means that Ridgepoint jumped off sides. And I hope that Carl Birch, our referee, has a working microphone, but evidently he does not. But I was right. It was offsides. So instead of second down and 7, it'll be second down and 2 for the Clements Rangers. Clements with amazing comeback wins over Travis and also Elkins. It was a comeback win over Elkins that sent the Knights on a downward spiral. Of course, they have had some injuries, but looks like it's going to be a very tough road the rest of the way for the Elkins Knights. Bush beat them last night, and Bush had not won a district game. Second down and 2, pistol formation. Handoff up the middle, and that is J.R. Mireles carrying, and he got 1.5 yards. He needed 2.
Mireles, your ball carrier.
Depends on where they spot it, but it looks to me like the Rangers are short. They are. It's
Brings up third down.
Third down and 1. And I said decision time, and that's because I had forgotten that they had to repeat first down after that offside penalty against Ridgepoint. So it's third down and 1. Morellis is the setback for the Rangers. 2 receivers on the right, but will they throw it on the short yardage play? They give it to Morellis. He squirms through. It's very, very close. Now the Panthers are saying that they have the football. They're saying that there was a fumble by Morellis, but no official's indication yet. And now they leave the field celebrating. It is a fumble by Morellis.
By number 30 for Alexander. It'll be a turnover on downs.
Well, they say a turnover on downs on the PA system, but I'm thinking that maybe Ridgepoint has it first and 10 from the 33-yard line of these Clements Rangers. Yeah, that's what happened. It was indeed a fumble. I was pretty sure about what I saw. Austin Carlisle comes out as the quarterback for the Panthers. Ezel Jolly is the feature running back. They have 2 receivers on the left side of the formation. One of them is Gabriel Bro, the other Mason Dossett. They send Bro in motion from left to right. Fake handoff to Jolly. Carlisle stands strong, throws over the middle. Mason Dossett, post pattern touchdown. Ridgepoint scores on a one-play, 33-yard Archer Volkswagen touchdown scoring drive, and it took 5 seconds. Nice little play fake. And wide open was Dossett behind all the defenders, and he caught it at about the 5 and just sauntered into the end zone. That's the best verb that I can come up with. So Ridgepoint jumps on top quickly. Clements needed to avoid turnovers, and their very first turnover is cashed in on a single play by the Panthers, Holden Gray to kick the extra point. His kick is up, and his kick is good. Timeout on the field with our score. 7-0 Ridgepoint over Clements. This is VypeFortBend.com. We've got 10 minutes to go in the first quarter.
Hey, Becky, what about this beat for your next song?
It's cool, but I'm into faster stuff lately. Like Xfinity that gives me beyond gig speeds.
Got it. What about this then?
It sounds powerful, just like Xfinity. Because its supersonic Wi-Fi has 3 times the bandwidth, you can connect hundreds of devices at once.
That's what I call power.
Unbeatable internet from Xfinity. Made to do anything so you can do anything.
Get the Xfinity Supersonic Bundle with unlimited gig speed internet, Wi-Fi equipment included, and a free 4K streaming box. All for $50 a month with a 2-year internet rate guarantee and no annual contract when you add Xfinity Mobile with unlimited data at regular rates. Go to Xfinity.com/gig, call 1-800-XFINITY, or visit a store today. Limited time offer. Restrictions apply. Requires paperless billing and autopay. New Gigabit Extra internet customers only. Taxes and fees extra and subject to change. Xfinity Mobile requires post-pay Xfinity internet. Reduced speeds after 20 gigabytes wireless usage. After 24 months, regular rates apply. Requires compatible Xfinity gateway.
If you hear a little bit less of a band presence today, it's because the Ridgepoint band is not here. The Ridgepoint Royals dance team is, cheerleaders and just about everybody else, but the marching band is off to a contest. Holden Gray launches the kickoff all the way out of the end zone, and Clements will take over with its second offensive possession. We've got Ridgepoint volleyball on Tuesday night. They are at Austin in peaceful bucolic Pheasant Creek. Always presented by the Volleyball School. So Clements has been feeling so good about itself with those recent wins. 3 straight, including big comebacks. They were down 21-0 against Elkins, and they ended up winning that one. And they were 10 points down to Travis last week.
It's going to be first down Rangers on the 30-yard line.
And came back with 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns to get the win 20-17. And they knew Ridgepoint was looming ahead. So they find themselves down by a score of 7-0. 10 minutes to go in the first quarter, and Gunnar Chenier in an empty backfield. 2 receivers to either side. Mosier in motion. Now it's a quick throw into the flat. John Lewis makes the catch. Tries to make a move on the defensive back who kind of cornered him like a cutting horse. J.J. Davis makes the tackle, but not before it's a 6-yard gain for the Rangers on that quick pass as Chenier got it out of his hand quickly to the running back, John Lewis. Normally a running back, but he was lined up out wide for that play. So they had a 2nd and 2 situation on their first possession. They have a 2nd and 4 now. So that's good to get a significant chunk of the 10 yards on first down. Ridgepoint's showing blitz. Chenier again, the quick release, but the pass is batted down, incomplete. He was trying to deliver it to Josue Aguirre Acosta in the flat, but Kenneth Riley put his hands up and swatted it down for Ridgepoint.
Down by number 31, Riley.
Riley is just as tall as the big guy I talked about earlier, James Eaglin. In fact, they list him at 6'5", and Eaglin the same, 6'5". But it looks to me like Riley is the taller man. 3rd down and 4 from the 36 for Clements. Chenier turns around, gives the ball off to Lewis off the right side. He's got a first down at the 40, plus a half a yard more. He was hit hard by Ryan Ramey as well as Justin Brown, but not before he got the first down.
Ramey, but that's good enough for a Rangers first down.
That's a first down. Think of First Tire and Automotive for all your car care needs. Check them out at firsttireandauto.com. Nice warm day, so you know that Clements is going to rotate in their 2 feature backs, John Lewis and J.R. Mireles. 3 receivers on the right side. One of them, Robinson, goes in motion. It's a jet sweep to the other side. Turns it up inside the numbers. Good gain. Gets 7. Make it 8 out to the 48-yard line. 2nd down and 2 for the Rangers, and they don't look to be showing any panic just yet, just because they have fallen behind 7-0. But coming back against Ridgepoint, if you get down 2 scores or more, is a much taller order than doing the same against Travis or Elkins. At least it is in 2022. Every once in a while, the sun will drift behind one of those big clouds, but it's overall a sunny day. 2nd down and a long 2. Aguirre Acosta goes in motion, and they hand it off straight up the middle, and it's going to be a first down for Clements on a 4-yard pickup as they handed the ball to a different than usual running back. It's Kenneth Robinson. They don't usually put Robinson at running back. It's usually either Lewis or Mireles, but now they use Kenneth Robinson as their running back, and he picks up the first down yardage. They have it in Ridgepoint territory at the 48. Eight minutes to go in the first quarter. 7-0 Ridgepoint. Empty backfield. Chenier wiping his hands on the towel. Calling for the snap. Again, a quick release, and he throws over the middle looking for Joey Mongonia. The slant pass is incomplete near the 35-yard line.
For number 20.
Close coverage by Ridgepoint's Peyton Doucette.
Incomplete. Brings up 2nd down.
Ridgepoint next week has a game against Austin, although we're not going to be broadcasting that particular one. We will have Ridgepoint volleyball on Tuesday night as they take on, well, same school, Austin. Look for one receiver that Clements might start targeting more often. It's Nick McEnany, a senior who's lined up all alone on the left side. Chenier drops back. He's pressured, gets the screen off, and the pass might have been tipped. Incomplete, intended for Mosier.
For number 9, Mosier is incomplete.
That sets up a 3rd down and 10. So 2 incomplete passes have kind of gotten Clements out of that rhythm of staying ahead of the sticks. This is a big play call. However, if they do happen to come up with an incomplete pass, or even if they get sacked here, they can punt. They would be punting into a slight wind, but they could give Ridgepoint a long field to deal with. But we'll see if they can convert the 3rd down and 10. Blitz look, here it comes. Chenier rolls to his right, throws near the sideline. It's a catch at the 37-yard line, and that's going to be a first down for the Rangers. Cimino, who made all those clutch catches against Travis that helped them on that comeback. He's become a big play guy, Max Cimino, and just a sophomore. That's a first down. Think of First Tire and Automotive for all your car care needs. Check them out at firsttireandauto.com. So Cimino lines up on the left side of the formation in a slot. Mosier is the wider of the two, and he's outside the numbers on the far side. Morellis steps up, and he is standing just to the right of Chenier. Handoff to Morellis, hit early, goes down to the backfield for a loss of 2, maybe even 3 yards.
Morales.
Somebody sniffed that out. It was Xavier Myers.
Tackled by number 35, Myers. A flag on the play.
Flag is down. Let's see what this is. Carl Birch is our referee, and we'll hope his microphone starts working at some point today. It's a false start or illegal procedure against the Rangers, and Ridgepoint has declined it. It's not a false start because you can't really decline a false start, or it was a false start. Okay, Ridgepoint would have taken the play if it had been backfield in motion or illegal procedure. But it is the 5-yard penalty, so it's first down and 15 for Clements from the Ridgepoint 42. Last night, Hightower absolutely hammered and destroyed the George Ranch Longhorns. A very, schizophrenic team. Empty backfield. Chenier looks left, throws over the middle, and Cimino was knocked down before he could go for the pass, and it's going to be pass interference. They're going to flag Justin Brown, who belted him. He had just gotten off the line, maybe a couple of yards, was running that skinny post right over the middle. And that will bail the Rangers out. They will have a fresh first down and a 15-yard penalty that will put them down at the 27-yard line of Ridgepoint. So we have one less band today as the Ridgepoint band is not here. I wondered why their purple truck wasn't in the parking lot.
Passing interference against the Panthers will give the Rangers a first down.
And as it's been pretty much all year long, we don't have the benefit of hearing the referee assess penalties. Carl Birch, one of the most respected in the business here in this part of the state of Texas, but it is first down. Think of First Tire and Automotive for all your car care needs. Check them out at firsttireandauto.com. New line of scrimmage is actually the 36, and a give to Morellis straight up the middle, and he gets 2, maybe 3, that's it. Wrapping his arms around the legs and bringing him down quickly was Cameron Shelton.
Morellis, your ball carrier. He's brought down
Cameron Shelton kind of has the body type of a Mike Singletary. He's not a real big kid. He's only 5'10", but he can knock you into tomorrow, as Mickey Goldmill, Rocky's old trainer, used to say. I was wrong about the line of scrimmage to start this series of downs. I thought it was going to be the 27. Chenier drops back and throws, but there are whistles and flags. The Clements fans, I hear at least one of them saying that should have been a free play. They should have let the play continue. I'm not endorsing that opinion. I'm just saying that's what the fans were hoping for. Now I see that Coach Darnell has stepped out close to the numbers on the near side here, and he might be saying, yeah, that should have been a free play.
All right,
well, we got a timeout. We'll be back on VypeFortBend.com.
There is nothing spooky about these spectacular specials at First Tire and Automotive. Save $50 off 2 tires and $100 off 4 tires with the purchase of a premium installation package. Some exclusions apply. See store for details. Cannot be combined with any other offers. And if your battery seems to be ghosting you, save 15% on AC Delco batteries. Check out the website firsttireandauto.com for details and to book your appointment today. First Tire and Automotive with 4 convenient locations in Sugar Land and Cinco Ranch. firsttireandauto.com.
We see all you do to get work done, whether it's keeping your office clean or redesigning your space for 3 or 300. Our business is to keep business going. Buy online and pick up in store, or get free next business day shipping at Office Depot, OfficeMax, and OfficeDepot.com.
We'd like to thank the folks at Office Depot, Southwest Freeway at Williams Trace in Sugar Land. taking care of business every day so we can bring you Fort Bend County sports every week. During that timeout, which was an official timeout, they were adjusting the yard line because they didn't assess enough penalty yardage on that pass interference call against Ridgepoint. So they moved the ball to the 30. It's now 2nd down and 4 for the Rangers. Carl Birch, the referee, is still over next to Coach Darnell on the Clements side. And there is still some unrest among the fans. 7-0, Ridgepoint on top, 6:54 to go in quarter number 1 on a sunny Saturday morning that will move into the afternoon hours in about, well, exactly 38 minutes. Pistol formation, Morellis behind Chenier. On this warm day that usually ends up being taxing on one of the defense that is out there for a lot of snaps, Ridgepoint has been out there for quite a while. Chenier fakes to Morellis, bootlegs to his right, throws in the flat, and the pass is incomplete. It was thrown a little bit low, but between the hands of Josue Aguirre Acosta. Incomplete to make it 3rd down and 4. So Ridgepoint has only had the ball for 1 snap. It was a touchdown pass from Austin Carlisle to Mason Dossett. So that Ridgepoint defense has been working hard and working a lot to this point. Clements taking its time, letting the play clock go way, way down. It's at 8 right now. 3rd down and 4. Chenier with Morellis to his right. He drops back, looks to his right, near sideline. Got it! Back shoulder throw, complete for a 1st down at the 16. It's Josue Aguirre Acosta, and that's a 1st down. Think of First Tire and Automotive for all your car care needs. Check them out at firsttireandauto.com. Perfect back shoulder throw execution by Gunnar Chenier and his receiver Aguirre Acosta. So now Clements is in the red zone for the first time, and the sun moves behind the clouds a bit. Mosier lines up as the widest receiver, but he's right between the hash marks. And you got Semino lined up as a tight end. Morellis now goes in motion to the left. Chenier drops back, throws off his back foot over the middle. A little dart is incomplete. It would have been a very short gain had it been complete. He was trying to find Josue Aguirre Acosta.
Incomplete. Brings up 2nd down.
2nd down and 10 for Clements, which has a good kicking game. So even if they can't push this all the way into the end zone, if they have to settle for a field goal attempt, they're probably money with their main man. That's Nick Piazza, by the way. All right, big play, 2nd down and 10. Draw play to Morellis. Shakes 1 tackle, but cannot slip the 2nd one, and that was the big and impressive James Eaglin, listed at 294 pounds.
95 Eaglin.
It's no gain. 3rd down and 10. And this is where Coach
down.
Bobby Darnell and also his offensive coordinator, Derek Ruthart, want to make sure that Chenier does not take a sack. You can be sure that when they broke the huddle, they reminded him of that. Blitz look from Ridgepoint. Chenier is pressured. He throws it. He gets it off Semino. 10-yard line, shakes a tackle. Into the end zone. Touchdown. Claimed at Clements Rangers. Max Semino.
Complete to number 20, Semino. It's good enough for
that is a beautiful hot route read by Gunnar Chenier. I mean, the blitz came, and it came fast in the person of James Wally of Ridgepoint. But he knew exactly where to dump it. There was Semino waiting for it. And correction on talking about the kicking specialist for Clements, it's actually Gabriel Mosier. His kick might have been partially blocked, but it gets between the uprights, and it is good. We're tied, 7-7, Ridgepoint and Clements. We'll be right back.
Archer Volkswagen showroom is open, and our team's excited to help you. Visit our sales department Monday through Saturday from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. Or bring your car in for service from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Monday through Friday, and Saturdays from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. We're closed on Sundays to rest and recharge with our families, so we can serve you well through the week. We hope to see you soon.
Next Level Urgent Care supports Fort Bend County sports and supports you whenever you're hurting. Next Level is here for the community, open 7 days a week, 9 till 9, for you and your family at more than 30 Greater Houston locations, including Sugar Land, Sienna, Greatwood, Long Meadow, and 4 in Katy. From ow to wow, Next Level Urgent Care has you covered. And if you're short on time, Next Level has an app to get you in line right away. Just text NLUC APP to 313131 for Next Level Urgent Care.
Clements to kick off after tying this football game. And it is Piazza with the kickoff duties, but his kick will not reach the end zone. It's Gabriel Bro up the numbers on the far side, now up along the right side hash marks. And correction, it's not him, it's actually Drummer, Wesley Drummer, who returns the ball to the 34-yard line, and that's where the Panthers will start. Their first possession was a one-play possession, and it went for a touchdown. 5:18 to go in the first. And Carl Birch, the referee, saying a little something to the Ridgepoint quarterback, Austin Carlisle. And Ridgepoint will try to untie this football game. Here they go with the first play of the drive. Here's a quick swing pass out to Jolly on the right side, making his way down the sideline, and he picked up about 7. Clements defense spreading out very nicely and making sure he didn't get to the edge. Denzel Nzewi and Curtis White on the tackle for your Rangers.
Brings up second down.
And I have a feeling that Coach Rick LaFavors of Ridgepoint would like to have a long drive with a lot of plays in it. Probably doesn't want to send his defense out there right away. Ezel Jolly straight up the middle on second down and 3. And he got 1 or 2 of the yards that he needed. Clements defense really working together. Gang tackling is what you see from them. Alex Aguirre Acosta among several different players on the stop. And it was a 2-yard pickup for Jolly. It's 3rd down and 1. They have it on the right hash, moving right to left here in this first quarter. Empty backfield for Austin Carlisle. Now he tells Jolly to move over next to him, and he does. And they give to Jolly. He breaks through the first wave of tacklers. He doesn't get a lot, but he got enough. 3-yard pickup and a first down at the 47 of Ridgepoint. That moves the sticks. It's a first down. Think of First Tyrant Automotive for all your car care needs. Check them out at firsttyrantauto.com. The sun has moved back a little bit behind the press box here at Mercer Stadium, which means I can throw down my umbrella. I don't need it anymore. First down and 10 from the 47. Preston Cooper, the tight end for Ridgepoint, is not truly a tight end. He's kind of in the backfield in a blocking back position. Carlisle turns to his right, throws down the far sideline, and the catch is made. It's a first down. Ashton Bethel Roman has it between the 10 and the 15. Where do they mark it? The two officials are talking about it.
First down.
And it is a first down. He got 1 foot down, and that's all you need at the high school and college level. Ashton Bethel Roman. It's just marvelous to see the way a skilled receiver can know where the boundary is or know where the first down marker is. Locate the football, get the foot down as needed. The Drummer brothers are in at the setbacks. Now it is Carlisle rolling to his left. Now he's going to pull it down and run inside the 10, still going inside the pylon. Touchdown, Ridgepoint. No flags.
Quarterback keep by number 19, Carlisle. That's good enough for a Panthers.
That is an Archer Volkswagen touchdown scoring drive. It went 6 plays, And it lasted 1 minute 35 seconds, and it concluded in a 15-yard touchdown run by Austin Carlisle of your Ridgepoint Panthers to make it 13-7. And now Holden Gray on to add the extra point out of the hold of Joshua DeBoer. His kick is high and true and not only splits the uprights but also the flagpoles at the north end of Mercer Stadium. It is now 14-7. Ridgepoint on top of Clements. We'll be back.
Dr. Trudy Fleer here with the 5G Home Recovery Podcast. Let's discuss a very real existential threat to internet speed. It's a big one. Ready? T-Mobile Home Internet. It lags. Ugh. Now, what is lag? Lag is a delay in data being transmitted across the internet. For example, you're hitting that hot drop, the parachute cuts out, you've got an unsuspecting bot in your sights, and lag! You were actually eliminated 10 seconds ago. Nobody deserves that. So stop letting T-Mobile Home Internet ruin everything and switch to Xfinity. Learn more at xfinity.com/TMOFax.
Get an amazing value on Xfinity Internet with unlimited data included. Switch for $55 a month for 2 full years with no annual contract required and no equipment fees for 24 months. Go to xfinity.com/TMOFax, call 1-800-XFINITY, or visit a store to learn more. Requires paperless billing and autopay. Ends 10/17/22. Restrictions apply. New fast internet and xFi Complete customers only. xFi Gateway required. Taxes and fees extra and subject to change. After 24 months, regular rates apply to all services and devices.
That Archer Volkswagen touchdown scoring drive covered 66 yards. It took 6 plays for the Ridgepoint Panthers. Took 1:35 off the clock, and it ended in the touchdown run by quarterback Austin Carlisle. Gabriel Mosier returning the kickoff from his 6-yard line, and he does not get back to the 20 because of a brilliant open field tackle. It was Aiden Ferris diving and chopping him down short of the 20. They'll take over at the 19. The Rangers trailing 14-7.
For the Rangers.
3:37 to go in quarter number 1. And you need to stick around for everything that happens today. We got a great broadcast for you.
From the 19-yard line.
We've got halftime interviews with a young man who is very close to Clements Ranger Nation. His name is C.T. Steckel. We'll talk with him at halftime, and we've got another guest who's an official, but he has some important things to say. Gunnar Chenier hands it off on a delay right up the middle. Pickup of 3, maybe 4 yards, as he gave the ball to J.R. Mireles.
Number 4, Mireles.
The scat back
and
a senior. It'll be sad to see him go.
Brings up second down.
They give him 2 yards, and it's 2nd down and 8. Ball in the middle of the field as Clements continues to drive the ball left to right in this first quarter. Blitz look. Ridgepoint brings the house. Chenier throws. The ball is tipped, and it's a completion anyway, but it'll be for a loss of 2, maybe 3 yards. And it's Cash Talbot, Johnny on the spot. He caught the ball, and a flag comes in as the Panthers, several of them, tackle him at once at about the 17, and I'm wondering, did somebody inadvertently grab a face mask? Somewhere in the background, I think I hear the music from the old Johnny Carson Tonight Show. I'm kind of wondering why. Maybe that's going to be the music that the Ridgepoint Royals dance to at halftime. Okay, the officials have talked to each other. Now referee Carl Birch is going to come over and talk to head coach Bobby Darnell of the Rangers. And I'm thinking that when those flags first came in, that it was thought to be some kind of personal foul. But remember, once the ball is tipped, which it was initially, and I didn't see who did it, but it very well could have been Riley, Kenneth Riley, so good at that. But once the ball is tipped, there are certain flags that you wave off, and they're waving this one off. So, strangely enough, all right, now they're going to move the stick. It was a 3-yard loss. So after they gained 2 on first down with the Mireles run, that pass to Cash Talbot ends up in a loss of 3. It is now 3rd down and 11. Clements with a bunch formation, 4 receivers on the right side, empty backfield. And now we've got a timeout called by somebody, I think. It's not either of the teams. Now the officials are getting together to discuss something, maybe the down or the spot of the football. In this bright sun, it's kind of hard to tell about the lit up down box over there, but I think it says third down, and I think they have confirmed that it is indeed third down. Now the Rangers have a different formation. They had 4 receivers bunched in a diamond shape over on here on the near side, but now they have 2 running backs in the backfield, 2 receivers on the right, 1 on the left. Chenier fakes the handoff, drops back, throws a screen, got it to John Lewis, but he's blown up immediately. Taylor Davis knocked him down at the 21-yard line, limiting the gain to 2 yards, and it'll be a time for a punt for your Clements Rangers.
Brings up third down.
Unless they were wrong about the down, and they were. So it was second down on that previous play. Now it's third down, and the Rangers need to gain 8. The down box guy thinks it's fourth down, and the scoreboard guy thinks it's third down. The Rangers are lined up as if they think it's third down, and now the officials are going to talk about it. I'm out of here. We'll be back.
Equitable Advisors financial professionals know the path to a fulfilling future begins with getting to know who you are and what matters to you most. They work with people as individuals. That's how they deliver on their mission, just like Nick Arevalo, CFP. Talk to your local Equitable Advisor financial professional at 281-712-8777 or visit nickarevalo.com. That's NICKAREVALO.com. Together, you and my friend Nick can plan a future that reflects all of who you are. Equitable Advisors, LLC, New York, New York, member FINRA SIPC, investment advisory through Equitable Advisors, LLC, an SEC registered investment advisor. CFP is a certification mark owned by the Certified Financial Planner Board of Standards, Incorporated. This mark is awarded to individuals who successfully complete the CFP Board's initial and ongoing certification requirements.
I was right. It was fourth down. And the Rangers are going to punt with Mo Sear. And it's Ashton Bethel Roman standing at his own 48-yard line, waiting to receive it. Sunshine is not a problem for him. It's right behind him. It's high in the sky, but behind him. And so that's a short punt. It lands in Ranger territory, but gets a good bounce inside the Ridgepoint 40 and dies at the 39.5 yard line. Picking the ball up there, Jack Johnson.
Down by number 5, Robinson. It'll be first down Panthers.
No, it was Jack
40-yard
Johnson who picked it up, and what a great name in all of sports. The great heavyweight champion, Jack Johnson. 40-yard line officially. Ridgepoint has it, leading 14-7. We have 1 minute, 26 seconds to go in this first quarter. Austin Carlisle with the Drummer brothers in the backfield. Wesley goes in motion, now stops. Now a handoff to Quincy Drummer. Big hole over the right side. Numbers on the far side. He may be gone. 25, 20, and run down from behind. The Rangers defense finally let a guy get through, and Quincy Drummer took advantage. It's going to be a first and goal at the 4-yard line.
For the Panthers, that's good enough for a Panthers.
Curtis White did not give up on the play, and he saved a touchdown. Quincy Drummer looked like he was going to be tripped up from behind near the 25-yard line, but he regained his balance and shifted it back into high gear. That's just the first play of the drive. Ridgepoint has it at the 4. Clements band playing, trying to disrupt Ridgepoint. Here goes a man in motion and a give to Quincy Drummer again after that long run. He carries it, keeps going, pushing the pile. He's near the goal line. Did he get in? No indication. I think he's down at the 1.
Number 21, Drummer, your ball carrier. Stopped by a lodge of Rangers.
Now the ball is on the right hash mark. Second and goal at the 1.
Now.
Ridgepoint's big left tackle Peyton Farmer turning around, saying a little something to Austin Carlisle. The Drummer brothers still in the backfield. Man in motion. And a give to Wesley Drummer up the middle into the end zone, standing touchdown Ridgepoint. That Archer Volkswagen touchdown scoring drive covered 60 yards. It took 1 minute, 20 seconds off the clock and 3 plays, and it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run by Wesley Drummer. 6 seconds left in the quarter. Holden Gray to kick the extra point. 20-7. And the recorded music that you probably can't hear from the Ridgepoint side is their fight song. Holden Gray's extra point kick, up and good. 21-7, Ridgepoint on top. We'll be back on VypeFortBend.com.
Hello, I'm Gary Horn with Horn Solutions. We agree with energy analysts that the energy market has stabilized. We anticipate significant merger and acquisition activity. Good resources are scarce. Horn Solutions is positioned to assist you in accounting, finance, IT, and supply chain. Our staff can assist you with outsourcing, or we can supply you with resources to join your staff. Visit hornsolutions.net for details.
Gary Horn is a highly successful businessman who has made a huge impact in people's lives, and he loves what he does for a living. That's a big reason why Gary Horn and Horn Solutions support Get a Great Gig. Get a Great Gig is a free job search consultation service that will help you find a job you love, whether it's to make more money or get personal fulfillment in the career of your choice. Email them at getagreatgig@gmail.com or on Twitter at getgreatgigs.
Holden Gray to kick off again for the Ridgepoint Panthers, who are up 21-7, and the Clements Rangers want to make sure they don't let this game get away from them, and Ridgepoint will get the ball to start the second half. The Gray kickoff is deep, and it flies into the end zone, so it'll come out to the 25-yard line, and Clements will, with a little bit of pressure on them, need to mount some kind of scoring drive, and it is tough to do against this Ridgepoint Panther defense, but the thing that is working in Clements' favor is they have had lots of possessions of great duration and made the Ridgepoint defense stay out there for quite a while. Our game time temperature when we kicked this thing off was 84. Now it's up to 86. And we have 6 seconds left in this first quarter. See what the Rangers do on what will probably be the final play of the period. Ball right in the middle of the field as they go from left to right for one more play. Chenier throws behind his intended receiver, Josue Aguirre Acosta. And that was a very brief play. We still have 3 seconds left. And they will have one more play in the first quarter. The Rangers offense looking over at their sideline. They have 4 coaches who make hand signals. I don't blame them for their paranoia. It's just the way you play the game. 4 receivers on the right side. Chenier, empty backfield. Calls for the snap, and he throws to the left, and he's got a completion to the guy I've been waiting to see him catch one. McEnany gets a first down on the slant. And that will end the quarter. This is VypeFortBend.com. After 1, it is Ridgepoint 21 and Clements 7.
McKinney.
There is nothing spooky about these spectacular specials at First Tire and Automotive. Save $50 off 2 tires and $100 off 4 tires with the purchase of a premium installation package. Some exclusions apply. See store for details. Cannot be combined with any other offers. And if your battery seems to be ghosting you, save 15% on AC Delco batteries. Check out the website firsttireandauto.com for details and to book your appointment today. First Tire and Automotive with 4 convenient locations in Sugar Land and Cinco Ranch. firsttireandauto.com.
Archer Volkswagen showroom is open, and our team's excited to help you. Visit our sales department Monday through Saturday from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. Or bring your car in for service from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Monday through Friday, and Saturdays from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. We're closed on Sundays to rest and recharge with our families, so we can serve you well through the week. We hope to see you soon.
Back for quarter number 2 on VypeFortBend.com. The Rangers just got a completion for a first down to the receiver Nick McEnany, who's a senior. And he's probably caught passes in games we haven't broadcasted, but in the ones that I've been at, I've been looking forward to him getting a chance. Empty backfield. Chenier swings it out to Robinson. Up the numbers on the near side and out of bounds in Ridgepoint territory.
Pass complete to number
Tripped
5,
up there
Robinson.
by Cameron Shelton, but that's a first down. Think of First Tyrant Automotive for all your car care needs. Check them out at firsttyranauto.com. That was the third play of the drive. They started at their 25. Kenneth Robinson, such a versatile player. They use him to return kicks. They put him in the backfield as a running back. He's a wideout. Cornerback. I don't think there's anything he can't do. Now, 4 receivers on the right side of the formation. McEnany, the lone receiver on the near side. Chenier down the far sideline and a bit beyond the reach of Josue Aguirre Acosta.
Acosta is incomplete.
It'll be second down and 10.
Second down.
And I don't know if I told you what the line of scrimmage was after that pass that they threw to Robinson, but he was knocked out of bounds at the 46 of Ridgepoint. Tuesday night volleyball, Ridgepoint at Austin, starting at about 6:30 p.m. Central Daylight Time. We can't say daylight time much longer. And the Rangers will have Friday night football against Austin right here at Mercer. We'll have that for you on VypeFortBend.com. Chenier under heavy pressure. Screen pass to Morellis, and it went off his hands, incomplete. James Wally knocked him down.
Number 4, Morellis, is incomplete.
And that's one of those plays where you wonder, would Wally have blown him up had he caught the ball? Or would the ever-evasive J.R. Morellis gotten away and sprinted down the near sideline? God only knows. Big play coming up, 3rd down and 10 for the Clements Rangers, who trailed 21-7. We're in the first minute of the second quarter. Stick around at halftime. We'll have C.T. Steckel. Some of you folks who have been around Clements for a while will remember him. And also, we're going to have a very important official. You will want to hear what he has to say. What if there were no more football? That's what the conversation will be about. Chenier drops back, hit as he throws. And it's whistle dead, an incomplete pass. His arm was coming forward. Good play, I think, by the officials. Max Semino goes back there and helps Chenier up onto his feet. And he's going to be okay. But it's 4th down and 10. It's decision time for the Rangers coaching staff. They might be in no man's land or they might decide to punt. But when they're down 21-7 and they know that Ridgepoint will get the ball to start the second half, they might be more inclined to try and make something happen, and that looks like they intend to. But you never know. Chenier could drop back a couple of steps and then do a quick kick. They do that sometimes, and he is dropping back deep enough where it looks like that's what he'll do, and he does. Nobody back to receive it. It lands inside the 10, keeps rolling it into the end zone for a touchback. Morellis was in hot pursuit, but he couldn't get to the football before it went into the end zone. We'll be back after this brief timeout.
Archer Volkswagen showroom is open, and our team's excited to help you. Visit our sales department Monday through Saturday from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. Or bring your car in for service from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Monday through Friday, and Saturdays from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. We're closed on Sundays to rest and recharge with our families, so we can serve you well through the week. We hope to see you soon.
Ridgepoint football at their own 20. And a handoff up the middle. Jolly back into the game. Picks up 6 straight through the middle. Ferris Rafai, the Clements linebacker, makes the tackle.
Jolly, your runner, ball carrier for the Panthers.
That's a 6-yard pickup, so it's 2nd down and 4. Into the game for Ridgepoint, a player that I had not seen before is Derek James. Wears number 5. He's lined up in the slot on the near side. Ashton Bethel Roman is the split end, as we used to call them way back in the day. And Carlisle wants to pass on 2nd and 10. Steps up in the pocket. Now settles for a check down, and it's incomplete, dropped by Jolly. It was not an easy pass to catch.
Jolly is incomplete.
He kind of had to turn as he was watching the ball come in, and he dropped it, so it's third down rather, and a long 4. Had he caught it, I think he would have been able to run a long time. 10:27 to go in the first half. Ridge Point leading Clements 21-7. Ridge Point taking its time between plays, and the play clock says 0, but no flags have come out. Here's the handoff to Jolly, breaks through, first down and more, 40-yard line, cuts outside, past midfield, still going, inside the 30, and somersaults down at the 27. Big play by Ezel Jolly, and in the wake of the play, one of the Rangers defenders is down near the line of scrimmage. We'll step aside and be back on VypeFortBend.com. Ridge Point up 21-7 and driving in the second quarter.
Dr. Trudy Fleer here with the 5G Home Recovery Podcast. Let's discuss a very real existential threat to internet speed. It's a big one. Ready? T-Mobile Home Internet. It lags! Now, what is lag? Lag is a delay in data being transmitted across the internet. For example, you're hitting that hot drop, the parachute cuts out, you've got an unsuspecting bot in your sights, and lag! You were actually eliminated 10 seconds ago. Nobody deserves that. So stop letting T-Mobile Home Internet ruin everything and switch to Xfinity. Learn more at xfinity.com/TMOFax.
Get an amazing value on Xfinity Internet with unlimited data included. Switch for $55 a month for 2 full years with no annual contract required and no equipment fees for 24 months. Go to xfinity.com/TMOFax, call 1-800-XFINITY, or visit a store to learn more. Requires paperless billing and autopay. Ends 10/17/22. Restrictions apply. New fast internet and xFi Complete customers only. xFi Gateway required. Taxes and fees extra and subject to change. After 24 months, regular rates apply to all services and devices.
Okay, so that run by Ezel Jolly of Ridge Point was a 52-yarder that took it to the 23-yard line. That's where the ball will be if the play stands. However, there is a penalty flag on the field, and the chain gang hasn't moved at all. Meanwhile, the Clements training staff is taking care of the injured player, and I haven't been able to identify him, but they have brought out a cart. We'll take another break and be back on VypeFortBend.com.
Hey, Fort Bend County fans, this is Bradley Stavanaugh with Needville Insurance Agency.
Bradley is my insurance man. He can save you hundreds, if not thousands of dollars every year on your car insurance, home insurance, or flood insurance, or all three like he did for me. And Bradley, you are as Fort Bend County as they come, right?
That's right, 4th generation here in the Needville area in Fort Bend County, taking care of folks over here for over 100 years here in Fort Bend County.
You can give him a call, you can go online, or he'll even come see you at the Needville Insurance Agency. Give him the number, Bradley.
979-793-7411.
There is nothing spooky about these spectacular specials at First Tire and Automotive. Save $50 off 2 tires and $100 off 4 tires with the purchase of a premium installation package. Some exclusions apply. See store for details. Cannot be combined with any other offers. And if your battery seems to be ghosting you, save 15% on AC Delco batteries. Check out the website firsttireandauto.com for details and to book your appointment today. First Tire and Automotive with 4 convenient locations in Sugar Land and Cinco Ranch. firsttireandauto.com.
Next Level Urgent Care supports Fort Bend County sports and supports you whenever you're hurting. Next Level is here for the community, open 7 days a week, 9 till 9, for you and your family at more than 30 Greater Houston locations, including Sugar Land, Sienna, Greatwood, Long Meadow, and 4 in Katy. From ow to wow, Next Level Urgent Care has you covered. And if you're short on time, Next Level has an app to get you in line right away. Just text NLUC APP to 313131 for Next Level Urgent Care.
What is Vype Live? Vype Live is one of the largest and most respected broadcast and live stream networks in the state of Texas. Vype Live broadcasts any sport you can think of for youngsters of any age, from Pee Wee and Pop Warner to high school, club, college, semi-pro, and beyond. We also broadcast plenty of academic, fine arts, and community-related events as well, and now as partners with Flow Sports. Email us at info@vypemedia.com to find out more. Vype Live. We bring your teams to you.
Well, folks, there's a hush that's fallen over the stadium because one of the last things that you ever want to see at a football game is a player who goes down and stays down. And they're obviously using a lot of caution to make sure that they move this player. And because there are so many medical staffers around to help him out and do whatever he needs, we haven't been able to identify the player. The Clements players are the ones who are part of this Clements defense are seated in front of their sideline, and the Ridgepoint players kneeling over there near the 50-yard line, and they're moving an ambulance onto the field. So they had brought the cart out initially, and they were going to cart him over to the ambulance, but instead what they're going to do is just put him directly into the ambulance that has moved onto the field at this moment. I know my good friend Dan Cook, whom I've known for over 20 years, is down there. He is one of the contracted athletic trainers in the Fort Bend ISD. Every high school has one for absolute and ultimate care for these athletes. Now they're bringing the gurney out, and they will place the player, whom we haven't been able to identify, on that rigid board and make sure they don't move him in any way that would cause a problem. We'll take another break and continue here on VypeFortBend.com. It's 21-7. Ridgepoint leads Clements. 10 minutes, 16 seconds to go in the first half.
Interested in Vype Campus? Vype Campus brings our popular citywide media days right to your doorstep. As a Vype Campus client, we will work with you to help you take advantage of our unique campus model to build a unique experience for your school. From media day photo shoots of all your athletes to game day coverage, broadcasts and live streams, video and digital content, hype videos, the Vype U program, same day graphics, and of course your very own campus magazine, Vype Campus is truly whatever you want it to be. Email info@vypemedia.com to find out how to join Vype Campus today.
Hello, I'm Gary Horn with Horn Solutions. We agree with energy analysts that the energy market has stabilized. We anticipate significant merger and acquisition activity. Good resources are scarce. Horn Solutions is positioned to assist you in accounting, finance, IT, and supply chain. Our staff can assist you with outsourcing, or we can supply you with resources to join your staff. Visit hornsolutions.net for details.
Gary Horn is a highly successful businessman who has made a huge impact in people's lives, and he loves what he does for a living. That's a big reason why Gary Horn and Horn Solutions support Get a Great Gig. Get a Great Gig is a free job search consultation service that will help you find a job you love, whether it's to make more money or get personal fulfillment in the career of your choice. Email them at getagreatgig@gmail.com or on Twitter at getgreatgigs.
Next Level Urgent Care supports Fort Bend County sports and supports you whenever you're hurting. Next Level is here for the community, open 7 days a week, 9 till 9, for you and your family at more than 30 Greater Houston locations, including Sugar Land, Sienna, Greatwood, Longmeadow, and 4 in Katy. From ow to wow, Next Level Urgent Care has you covered. And if you're short on time, Next Level has an app to get you in line right away. Just text NLUC APP to 313131 for Next Level Urgent Care.
And we mean everything. We take care of you so you can take care of business. Office Depot Office Max.
Taking care of business.
Hey, Fort Bend County fans, this is Bradley Stavanaugh with Needville Insurance Agency.
Bradley is my insurance man. He can save you hundreds, if not thousands of dollars every year on your car insurance, home insurance, or flood insurance, or all three like he did for me. And Bradley, you are as Fort Bend County as they come, right?
That's right, fourth generation here in the Needville area in Fort Bend County, taking care of folks over here for over 100 years here in Fort Bend County.
You can give him a call, you can go online, or he'll even come see you at the Needville Insurance Agency. Give him the number, Bradley.
979-793-7411.
Well, we're doing this ball game for you from over here on the Clements side. And it's a very awkward moment. There might be a few folks who know who the player is who's down on that hard board so that they can get him loaded into the ambulance. I was trying to look at the defensive players who are gathered and waiting and hoping and praying that he'll be okay, and maybe by process of elimination figure out who is there awaiting transportation to a hospital. So, like I said before, this is the last thing that you want to see at any kind of high school sporting event, for someone to have a serious injury, but they are taking the greatest of care, for sure. The head trainer of Clements is Glenn Streck. He's out there along with Jeff Arsenault, who's the head trainer at Ridgepoint. And this is really kind of taking the air out of the stadium as you come to a football game, as you watch your son playing in a very violent game. And of course, you're excited. You want the team to play well and win the game. But when you see something like this occur, all of a sudden it's put into more perspective, and you just want the very best. And if you're watching the game and you realize that that's not your son out there, then you are very thankful. Very sympathetic fans on both sides, with a heartwarming round of applause. And now they have the injured player onto the gurney, and they'll probably raise it up there in a moment. Maybe we'll be able to see the jersey number so we can identify the player. Thank you so much. All right, we have found out, thanks to one of these wonderful parents over here at Clements, Dominic Golemi plays free safety. He has put out a thumbs up, and that is encouraging everyone. So Dominic Golemi is strapped down, and they're going to transport him ever so carefully to a nearby hospital, and we'll get this game going again. And I'll probably have a much different tone to my voice, at least for the first few plays. And if we can get any information about Dominic Golemi, we'll certainly share that with you. So they've got part of that gurney inside the van ambulance, and now they've got it all the way in there, and they'll shut those doors and make their way to the hospital, and we'll get this game going again. I guess we've been pretty fortunate here on VypeFortBend.com. It's been a long, long time since we've had one of these long interruptions to a game because of a serious injury. They close the doors of the ambulance, and our hopes, our prayers, and we're just going to worry on behalf of Dominic Golemi and all the best to his family. I'm sure their hearts are in their throats
May as well show our
at
appreciation
this
to our
time.
medical staff and Methodist healthcare system that's here to help make sure that all of our athletes stay safe.
Indeed.
We're thankful for what they do in showing up every single game, having a team physician and all of our medical training staff at each and every game that we play at Fort Bend ISD.
Yep, and you know, they're like insurance policies. You hope you don't need them for an emergency duty such as this. But the ambulance is now making its way to the north end of the field. Just now exiting the field, and they'll go up those concrete ramps and on to where Dominic Golemi can get the very best of care. Meanwhile,
following the play, there was a flag on the play. There was a hold against the Panthers.
Yes, there was a spot foul during that 52-yard run by Ezel Jolly that would have put the ball at the 23-yard line, but the spot foul results in Ridgepoint having the ball at its own 43, and it is a first down. 3 receivers on the right, including Mason Dossett, who caught a touchdown pass on Ridgepoint's first play from scrimmage. He's one of 2 slot receivers, and he goes in motion to the left. Austin Carlisle fakes to Jolly, looks deep down the field, looking for Ashton Bethel Roman, got it in stride, and he's going to score! All the way in for a touchdown. It's a 57-yarder for Ridgepoint and Ashton Bethel Roman.
That's good enough for a Panthers touchdown.
It's just tough to be out there for Clements when you've watched your brother get into an ambulance, and then the very next play, the intensity cannot be the same. There is no question about that. Holden Gray will add the extra point for Ridgepoint. Low snap, but he gets the kick in the air, and it's good. That makes it 28-7. That Archer Volkswagen touchdown scoring drive went 75 yards. It took 8 plays and 2 minutes 11 seconds off the clock, and it finished up with a 57-yard touchdown pass to Ashton Bethel Roman, and we'll be back on VypeFortBend.com.
Archer Volkswagen showroom is open, and our team's excited to help you. Visit our sales department Monday through Saturday from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. Or bring your car in for service from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Monday through Friday, and Saturdays from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. We're closed on Sundays to rest and recharge with our families, so we can serve you well through the week. We hope to see you soon.
Next Level Urgent Care supports Fort Bend County sports and supports you whenever you're hurting. Next Level is here for the community, open 7 days a week, 9 till 9, for you and your family at more than 30 Greater Houston locations, including Sugarland, Sienna, Greatwood, Longmeadow, and 4 in Katy. From ow to wow, Next Level Urgent Care has you covered. And if you're short on time, Next Level has an app to get you in line right away. Just text NLUC APP to 313131 for Next Level Urgent Care.
Kenneth Robinson returned the kickoff for Clements. He started at his 5, went diagonally toward the middle of the field, and he was hit hard at the 15-yard line, and that's where the Rangers will have it with 9:48 to go in the second quarter. Be with us for the Next Level Urgent Care halftime show, and we'll have C.T. Steckel. And if you're associated with Clements and have been for a while, his name may be familiar to you, but if it's not, you will want to listen in because he's a part of Bally Sports Southwest, but his heart is still in First Colony. You know, Bally Sports Southwest, the outfit that produces High School Scoreboard Live. So down by 21, Clements trying to come back, and Chenier taking the snap on the first play of scrimmage, rolls to his right, pressure immediately, throws into the flat, complete, but It's going to be for a loss of
Pass
1
complete
as he
to
delivered
number
to
one,
Josue
Acosta.
Aguirre Acosta.
Brings up second down.
Second down and 11. You can't blame Chenier for being a little inaccurate with that pass, and it forced Acosta to dive as he made the catch. So second down and 11. Chenier has several receivers to choose from. One of them is Cash Talbot in the slot on the near side on second down and 11. Early movement, a flag, and there's a pass that is complete across the 25 to the 26. Taylor Davis decking Acosta, and the Clements fans looking for a personal foul. There is a flag on the play, but it's back near the line of scrimmage. And I think it's just offside. I think someone on the right side of the line for Ridgepoint jumped, and this is going to be a free play, but Clements will clearly take it and take the first down at the 26.
Result of the play is a Ranger first down.
Think of First Tire and Automotive for all your car care needs. Check them out at firsttireandauto.com. Roger Smith with you along with Les Clary inside the mothership at Vype World Headquarters, a game that kicked off at 11 a.m. We're very happy about that because we've got Astros baseball at 2:37 Central Daylight Time this afternoon. Empty backfield. Chenier now shooing his receivers to spread out all over the field. Play clock is down to 0, but I guess they're keeping time on the field. And to give to J.R. Morellis, can't get out of the backfield as the Ridgepoint defensive front just collapsed on everyone. Let's see, I believe.
Before Morellis, your ball carrier,
Let's
stops the line of
see.
scrimmage.
Ought to give credit where credit is due
Brings
here.
up second down.
Peyton Doucette and Calvin Alexander in on the tackle for Ridgepoint. Ridgepoint has a lot of talented defenders, and they have them in abundance. So on a warm day like this, they can just rotate players in and out. And they can just say like Clubber Lang did in Rocky III, I got a whole lot of mo. Just over 8 minutes to go. Blitz look from the edges, and there is a throw and incomplete pass on a slant thrown by Chenier, trying to get it to Joey Mongonia. Ryan Ramey on the defense, and the ball came in hot, hit Ramey in the helmet, and ricocheted away. So that incomplete pass will make it 3rd down and 12, I believe. That's right.
Brings up 3rd down.
Clements taking its time, and the play clocks at both ends of the stadium not functional. Chenier empty backfield. 3 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. Calling for the snap. Gets rid of it quickly, and it's incomplete. Bouncing off the shoulder pads of Cash Talbot.
Talbot is incomplete.
It's going to be 4th down and 12, and no doubt a punting situation for the Rangers. Still a lot of the second quarter remaining, 7:54 to go. They're lined up like they want to throw a pass, but I would be very surprised if Chenier doesn't step back into that quick kick mode, what we used to call the short punt formation. He does punt it away, and it's either a bad punt or it got deflected by James Wally, but the result is still pretty good for the Rangers. It rolls all the way to the 42 of Ridgepoint, and now we've got a shoving match back there near where the punt occurred, and quickly the officials separate the two teams, and no flags are thrown. If you just joined us, there was an injury to one of the Clements players, Dominic Golemi, free safety, and I didn't see the impact that caused him to go down, but they seemed like about 10 minutes very carefully getting him into an ambulance, and he has left the stadium. So we pray for Dominic Golemi, but he did give everybody a thumbs up while on that gurney before leaving the stadium. All right, 42-yard line, 1st and 10. Austin Carlisle drops back, throws to the near side. Got Ashton Bethel Roman at the 49-yard line, or make that the 46 of Clements.
complete to number
They
8,
wrestle him
Becker
back.
Roman.
Ferris Rafai threw him down.
He's stopped by number 8, Zhang.
And Denzel Nzewi.
It's good enough for Panthers. First down.
Think of First Tire and Automotive for all your car care needs. Check them out at firsttireandauto.com. Next Level Urgent Care halftime show coming your way with a visit with C.T. Steckel and Mr. Theodore. Ezel Jolly, no, that's not Jolly. That's Derek James in motion, and a give to Jolly up the middle. He breaks through several tackles and keeps going. Ferris Rafai drops him like a sack of rocks at the 32, but not before. It's another first down for the Panthers.
Chased down by number 42, Rafai.
Ridgepoint with non-district losses to Austin Westlake when they really had not figured out who their quarterback was going to be. And offensively, they were just not a very good football team and got drubbed by the Westlake Chaparrals, defending state champions of Class 6A, Division I. First and 10 for Ridgepoint. Give to Wesley Drummer off the right side. A lot of room. Doesn't get touched till he's 10 yards down the field, and he keeps coming. And he's inside the 10, and he goes all the way into the end zone for a touchdown. And on the play, Jack Zhang trying desperately to make a tackle to prevent the touchdown. His helmet came off as Wesley Drummer went into the end zone. So that's a 33-yard touchdown run, makes it 34-7, and Holden Gray will kick soon. Out of the hold of Neboer, looks back at Holden. He says he's ready. Good snap and hold. The kick is good again. Holden Gray, automatic. We'll be back. 35-7, Ridgepoint over your Clements Rangers.
Dr. Trudy Fleer here with the 5G Home Recovery Podcast. Let's discuss a very real existential threat to internet speed. It's a big one. Ready? T-Mobile Home Internet. It lags. Ugh. Now, what is lag? Lag is a delay in data being transmitted across the internet. For example, you're hitting that hot drop, the parachute cuts out, you've got an unsuspecting bot in your sights, and lag! You were actually eliminated 10 seconds ago. Nobody deserves that. So stop letting T-Mobile Home Internet ruin everything and switch to Xfinity. Learn more at xfinity.com/TMOFax.
Get an amazing value on Xfinity Internet with unlimited data included. Switch for $55 a month for 2 full years with no annual contract required and no equipment fees for 24 months. Go to xfinity.com/TMOFax, call 1-800-XFINITY, or visit a store to learn more. Requires paperless billing and autopay. Ends 10/17/22. Restrictions apply. New fast internet and xFi Complete customers only. xFi Gateway required. Taxes and fees extra and subject to change. After 24 months, regular rates apply to all services and devices.
We're back, and Holden Gray, whose right leg might be tired at this point, kicks off from his 40. This will not reach the end zone. It's going to be Robinson from the 11. He muffs it, and he's trying to recover it, but I think Ridgepoint might have jumped on it. No official indication at this time. Now they say that the Rangers do retain possession right at the 20-yard line. So Robinson looked like he was going to jump on it, but it kind of like a wet bar of soap. It slipped out from under him, and then it looked to me like a Ridgepoint player had recovered it, but fortunately for the folks from First Colony, it's Ranger football. 5:57, we're just halfway through this second quarter, and it's 35-7. Clements with a big hole to climb out of, and they'll start in the pistol formation. Gunnar Chenier in front of J.R. Mireles. Max Cimino in the slot on the near side. Give to Mireles, and he just can't get through that big, tough Ridgepoint defensive front. He's dropped for no gain. Justin Brown and several players brought him to the turf. Second down and 10. Ridgepoint fans, we're not going to have your game next week on VypeFortBend.com, but thereafter we will have your last 2 games, and one of them is the always entertaining and intense battle with the Travis Tigers, who have 3 district losses. Empty backfield. Chenier gets it away to Morales, and he gets to the 26. And that's within 3 yards of a first down. Justin Brown dropped him in the open field, and if Justin Brown hadn't made that secure tackle, Morales would have set sail. As it is, it's third down and 4. The Clements band will perform at halftime, and that's when we're going to have our interview with C.T. Steckel. But he's not the only one. McEnany, the wide receiver far to the right in this formation. Mosir in the slot. Chenier looking over there prior to the snap. Wally threatening a blitz for Ridgepoint. Chenier takes the snap, and I think he might have taken too much time. Or is there a timeout? It's a timeout by Clements. We'll take it with him. VypeFortBend.com, 35-7 Ridgepoint.
Equitable Advisors financial professionals know the path to a fulfilling future begins with getting to know who you are and what matters to you most. They work with people as individuals. That's how they deliver on their mission, just like Nick Arevalo, CFP. Talk to your local Equitable Advisor financial professional at 281-712-8777 or visit nickarevalo.com. That's NICKAREVALO.com. Together, you and my friend Nick can plan a future that reflects all of who you are. Equitable Advisors, LLC, New York, New York, member FINRA SIPC, investment advisory through Equitable Advisors, LLC, an SEC registered investment advisor. CFP is a certification mark owned by the Certified Financial Planner Board of Standards, Incorporated. This mark is awarded to individuals who successfully complete the CFP Board's initial and ongoing certification requirements.
Welcome back. Big third down and 4 play for the Rangers with 4:24 to go in this first half. They do not want to punt the football back to the Ridgepoint Panthers, whose defense is starting to flex its muscle. Got to have a really well thought out and well executed play on this third down. Chenier claps his hands, gets the snap and throws. He's got Morales. He's got a first down. Wrestle out of bounds at the 34-yard line.
Morales. That's good enough for a Ranger.
With Peyton Doucette on his back, and that's a first down. Think of First Tire and Automotive for all your car care needs. Check them out at firsttireandauto.com. They mark him at the 34. First down and 10. The shade is starting to creep over the seats on the home side for the Clements fans, but the Ridgepoint fans will be in the sun all afternoon. Chenier steps up, has some fresh instructions for the offensive line as the clock runs. 3:43 to go in this first half. And he hands it off to Morales, running left. Breaks one tackle and slams ahead, almost gets to the 40. That's a pickup of 6.
Number 4, Morales, your ball carrier.
And again, it's Peyton Doucette who brought him down.
Brings up second down.
It is a beautiful day in Sugar Land, Texas. Our temperature at last check was 86 degrees. And now it's 87. But it's fine. We're in the shade. Clock ticking down, near 3 minutes left in the half. 4 receivers on the right side. McEnany, the lone receiver, on the left side for Clements. Here's a quick release pass in and out of the hands of Max Semino, who could have run for a while. It was a little slant, and it came his way near the 50-yard line. He could have run. Frustrating for Rangers fans. Third down coming up, 5 yards to go. When you get the opportunities on those plays that can hit for a significant gain of yardage, it's just maddening when something happens that's an unforced error. And now we have a timeout call. It's a timeout. Ridgepoint will take it with them. 35-7, 2:48 to go in the half.
There is nothing spooky about these spectacular specials at First Tire and Automotive. Save $50 off 2 tires and $100 off 4 tires with the purchase of a premium installation package. Some exclusions apply. See store for details. Cannot be combined with any other offers. And if your battery seems to be ghosting you, save 15% on AC Delco batteries. Check out the website firsttireandauto.com for details and to book your appointment today. First Tire and Automotive with 4 convenient locations in Sugar Land and Cinco Ranch. firsttireandauto.com.
Don't forget Ridgepoint Volleyball Tuesday night, taking on the Austin Bulldogs. Ridgepoint with a spotless record in District 26A volleyball and football. Also, our volleyball coverage, Tuesday night volleyball throughout the regular season, and all the playoff matches we're going to have are presented by the Volleyball School. They've had that location in the Morton Ranch neighborhood in Katy for a long time, but they have a brand new location on West Belford in Richmond that's kind of halfway between Travis and Austin high schools. Very convenient for those two, as well as Bush, Foster, Kempner. And we appreciate Domingo Martinez and his great staff and what they've set up over there. All right, so we are ready to play football again. Third down, let's call it 6 for the Rangers. And there's a fake to Robinson, a little throw out in the right flat, incomplete, intended for Aguirre Acosta. And even if he had caught it, I think he would have had Peyton Doucette all over him. And it's going to be 4th down. The Clements band is warming up out in the parking lot. Empty backfield for Chenier. Will they try to make the first down on 4th down? He hasn't backed up a couple of steps like he usually does when it's a quick kick. Yeah, he's in passing position. He's going to throw it. He's going to run a quarterback draw. Dodges a tackler, making his way forward, and he's close to the first down, but I think he's about a half yard short.
Quarterback key by number 6, Chenier.
It just depends on where they spot it. They're giving him a pretty generous spot. They may have to measure it. In the world of 21st century technology, we're not going to measure it. They just kind of eyeball it from 25 yards away and say, that's enough. Wave the sticks down the field. So the Ranger drive continues on the quarterback draw by Chenier. Blitz look by Ridgepoint. Chenier looks over at the sideline. Now the play clock is working and it's down to 6. Chenier ready, takes the snap, gets it out of his hand, and it's incomplete. Looking for Semino on the slant, no flag. Some Rangers fans were thinking there should have been one forthcoming. But not much has gone the Clements Rangers' way. They fumbled on their first possession and Ridgepoint scored on a one-play drive to go up 7-0. Then when Clements received the kickoff, they marched beautifully right down the field and scored to tie it at 7. But since then, Ridgepoint has been forcing punts plus 1 turnover, and they lead 35-7. 2:04 to go, 2nd down and 10. And there's the give to Morellis, trying to get outside, just can't. He does pick up a yard to the 45. It'll be 3rd and 9. James Wally was all over him, and so was Calvin Alexander. And the Ridgepoint defense, though playing very well, you can see they're standing there with hands on hips. They've been out there quite a bit. And when they go to the sideline for a rest, they're in the bright, warm sunshine. And warm is automatically upgraded to hot when you're wearing a football uniform. 4 receivers on the right for Clements. They've used this formation several times. Dropping back is Chenier, throws off his back foot, a little slant in the flat, no good. It was on target as he was trying to get it into the hands of Cash Talbot. Cash dropped it, but if he had caught it, it would have been a loss of a couple of yards anyway.
25, Talbot is incomplete.
So it's just as well.
Brings up 4th down.
4th down and 9 for Clements. Will Chenier throw a pass? 3 receivers on the right, 2 on the left. Takes the snap, throws to the far sideline, and incomplete, looking for Cash Talbot. He thought Talbot was going to turn out. He turned in. Ryan Ramey was there on the coverage for Ridgepoint, and the ball will go over. 1:07 left.
First down, Panthers.
Everybody enjoying being on the concourse at Mercer today because that's where the shade is. By the way, when it's a 35-7 game and you haven't reached halftime, you just make some random observations. So I'm going to make one. I can't stand that expression, throwing shade. I just think it's a dumb expression. Shade's a good thing. You don't think of shade when someone says, what's the opposite of the spotlight? You don't say shade. You might say the wings or the shadows or something like that. It's ridiculous. I don't like that term. All right. Austin Carlisle drops back on first down, throws far sideline. Mason Doucette caught and out of bounds near the 20. Nobody covered Mason Dossett. Did I say Doucette? I meant Dossett, and I can't believe I messed up on that because in broadcasting Ridgepoint sports, I haven't said Dossett but about 800 times. Anyway, he caught it, and the direction of the pass carried him out of bounds, but Ridgepoint in the red zone at the 15. That's where they mark it. 57.8 seconds to go in the half. Carlisle drops back. And he looks for Bethel Roman. Back shoulder throw near the pylon. No, it was Gabriel Bro, but the pass was incomplete. And Curtis White providing some great defense there.
Pass intended for number 10, Bro is
Gabriel Bro does have a substantial height advantage on Curtis White, but White played it perfectly there. So it's 2nd down and 10 for Ridgepoint at the 16-yard line of Clements. And they lead the game 35-7 with 50 seconds to go in the half. Ball on the left hash mark as Ridgepoint moves left to right. Here in the second quarter, high snap, grabbed by Carlisle, flush to the right, looking end zone, throws it late, and a diving catch for a touchdown for Ridgepoint. Nick Thomas makes the catch right along the goal line and slid to where he was 1 yard in, so it's a touchdown for Ridgepoint from 16 yards out. And there is no joy on the Clements side of the stadium as their team is down 41-7. Well, Clements is just going to have to flush this one after today. No question about that. Holden Gray, extra point kick. Usually it's high like the Gateway Arch in St. Louis. That one was pretty low, but it's still good, and it's 42-7. VypeFortBend.com. We'll be back.
Next Level Urgent Care supports Fort Bend County sports and supports you whenever you're hurting. Next Level is here for the community, open 7 days a week, 9 till 9, for you and your family at more than 30 Greater Houston locations, including Sugarland, Sienna, Greatwood, Longmeadow, and 4 in Katy. From ow to wow, Next Level Urgent Care has you covered. And if you're short on time, Next Level has an app to get you in line right away. Just text NLUC APP to 313131 for Next Level Urgent Care.
The Next Level Urgent Care halftime show is coming your way after we play the final 40 seconds of quarter number 2. Ridgepoint is having its way with Clements. The score is 42-7. And Clements is going to need to be able to just flush this one from their memory, and they still have a very, very good chance of getting into the playoffs. They only have a second district loss when this one's over. Holden Gray kicks it toward the left sideline. From the 14-yard line on the run, it's Robinson. He carries it across the 25 and out of bounds near the 25. That's where they spot him. And the Rangers will consider whether to try and get something before they go to the break at halftime. By the way, for those of you who aren't familiar with VypeFortBend.com, glad you're with us. We bring you Fort Bend County High School sports for Fort Bend ISD, Foster High School, and Fulshire High School, both in Lamar Consolidated ISD. During this part of the year, we always have Tuesday night volleyball, and then we have football on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, sometimes twice on Saturday, although this week we wanted to do the game between Marshall and Nederland, but there was so much lightning and they started so late, and they were making us work outside in the rain, and I said, well, forget that. So we had to walk away from a game in that way for the first time ever. Give to Morellis. He carries for 3 yards up the middle. And the game clock keeps running. That might have been the final play of the first half. But at Stafford High School, it's just one of the worst designed press boxes in the world. And so they won't give us 5 feet of counter space, and they have coaches and broadcasters kind of jammed in the same room. So we won't be going back there. But Marshall did win the game by a score of 24-0 over Nederland, and they are undefeated in district games, and Marshall has only the one loss this year, which was to Crosby in a pre-district game. So they are ranked in the state top 10 in Class 5A Division II, and we expect them to go a long way in the playoffs. All right, it is halftime. The teams are leaving the field, and we'll be back with our halftime guest, C.T. Steckel, on the Next Level Urgent Care halftime show. This is VypeFortBend.com, 42-7 Ridgepoint over Clements.
Hello, I'm Gary Horn with Horn Solutions. We agree with energy analysts that the energy market has stabilized. We anticipate significant merger and acquisition activity. Good resources are scarce. Horn Solutions is positioned to assist you in accounting, finance, IT, and supply chain. Our staff can assist you with outsourcing, or we can supply you with resources to join your staff. Visit hornsolutions.net for details.
Gary Horn is a highly successful businessman who has made a huge impact in people's lives, and he loves what he does for a living. That's a big reason why Gary Horn and Horn Solutions support Get a Great Gig. Get a Great Gig is a free job search consultation service that will help you find a job you love, whether it's to make more money or get personal fulfillment in the career of your choice. Email them at getagreatgig@gmail.com or on Twitter at getgreatgigs.
All right, everybody, welcome back to the Next Level Urgent Care halftime show. And I tell you that we have certain guests, and you may know who they are. And this time you probably don't know this young man, but maybe you should. And maybe you have and you just forgot. He is C.T. Steckel. He's with Bally Sports Southwest, one of the people that brings you the great high school sports coverage on Bally, including High School Scoreboard Live. First, tell us about your current role, and then we'll tell everybody why they should know you.
Well, Roger, thank you for having me. I don't know if they really should know who I am, but I'm very blessed to have been with Fox Sports and now Bally Sports for the last 20 years. I've served as a host, anchor, reporter in Los Angeles for what we called Fox Sports West and Prime Ticket for a long time. And of course now Bally and Sinclair are running the show and doing a great job at the regional level. So it's been a blessing for me the last 4 or 5 years to jump on board with the high school coverage here in the state of Texas. And so I serve on Friday nights on our football show, Football Friday, in the studio with my man, Coach Ken Purcell, Aaron Hardigan, Greg Tepper. I'll be sitting on the desk and hosting with Ashley Pickle for the middle 2 hours of the show. So we go for 6 hours straight on Friday nights. Most people who love high school football are out in a stadium somewhere across the Lone Star State. So we're fun and excited for those that can't get out, for them to be able to tune in and see us or to tape us and watch us when they get home. And then, of course, High School Scoreboard Live with Craig Way and Aaron come on after us. So setting the table for people, trying to make other people look good. That's where they might see me.
And by the way, every single person whom you just mentioned, other than Craig Way, whom I'm still trying to track him down for a halftime interview, but every one of those people is going to appear on the Next Level Urgent Care halftime show during this football season. And way back in July when I met you at the coaches convention in San Antonio, and I heard your last name was Steckel, I asked you, there was this coach for the Minnesota Vikings, Les Steckel, and lo and behold, he's your dad.
Yes, sir. Very proud of my dad. I'm one of his biggest fans for sure. And he had a great coaching career. Spent 25 years almost in the National Football League. Was the head coach for the Minnesota Vikings back in the '84 season. Replaced Bud Grant, the legendary coach. And we tell people all the time, football coaches are hired to get fired. And I tell everybody I had to move a lot as a kid. So my dad, unfortunately, was one of those bad football coaches, man. But he always found a new job, and we laugh about it a lot. I think looking back on it from my perspective as a coach's kid, you just learn how to deal with adversity. You learn how to deal with things that don't always go your way. I will say a couple things about it. Number one, my mom was the rock of all situations, and I think she gets all the credit for our family first and foremost. Number two, my dad wrote a really cool book called 1 Yard Short that kind of deals with his time as the offensive coordinator of the Tennessee Titans. But in that book, he talks a lot about that year in Minnesota and the things he learned, the things that he went through. I think the things that kind of changed and pruned him, not only as a man, but as a coach. And I think at the end of the day, what makes me really excited about is sometimes counting the wins and losses. And there were a lot of wins and a lot of great seasons, but the relationships he built with players. When I hear about guys like Terry LeCount, who was his running back in 1984 in Minnesota, who's now working down in Atlanta and really involved in the game of football still, and just hearing about the relationships they have and the way that guys like that who say, hey, I was a drug addict, and in 1984, you as the head coach of the Vikings tried to clean me up and get me sober and healthy, and now for 30 years I have been. Those are the type of things that you hear where relationships and investment in people's lives maybe transcend the wins and losses a little bit. So that year in Minnesota didn't go well, but there were a lot of other wins. We had a lot of fun trips to Super Bowls as a family. And so at the end of the day, a lot of people still remember that year in Minnesota, but there was a lot of good times that came in between.
And so those relationships are so important, but it'd be really unfair to look at your dad's career just on that 1 year as a head coach, because there are always 15 or 20 times as many assistant coaches as there are head coaches, and there's some awesome assistants, which your dad was. Sometimes it's not a good fit to be a head coach. So, he certainly earned every accolade that he has gotten, and maybe earned some that he perhaps has not gotten. So we're going to take a quick break here, and we'll tell you why there's a Fort Bend connection with C.T. Steckel on the Next Level Urgent Care halftime show. We'll be right back.
Dr. Trudy Fleer here with the 5G Home Recovery Podcast. Let's discuss a very real existential threat to internet speed. It's a big one. Ready? T-Mobile Home Internet. It lags. Ugh. Now, what is lag? Lag is a delay in data being transmitted across the internet. For example, you're hitting that hot drop, the parachute cuts out, you've got an unsuspecting bot in your sights, and lag! You were actually eliminated 10 seconds ago. Nobody deserves that. So stop letting T-Mobile Home Internet ruin everything and switch to Xfinity. Learn more at xfinity.com/TMOFax.
Get an amazing value on Xfinity Internet with unlimited data included. Switch for $55 a month for 2 full years with no annual contract required and no equipment fees for 24 months. Go to xfinity.com/TMOFax, call 1-800-XFINITY, or visit a store to learn more. Requires paperless billing and autopay. Ends 10/17/22. Restrictions apply. New fast internet and xFi Complete customers only. xFi Gateway required. Taxes and fees extra and subject to change. After 24 months, regular rates apply to all services and devices.
Welcome back. We continue our visit with C.T. Steckel. All right, so I guess if you were living near Clements High School back in what time frame, what years?
So I graduated in 1996 from high school there at Sugarland Clements, we called it in the day, now Fort Bend Clements, so know it well.
All right, so your dad is coaching in Denver, and explain how you and the family ended up moving to the First Colony area.
Well, as it works, with NFL coaches, your job can come to an end real fast if the team doesn't have success. And so the Broncos were getting better at that time, building towards what would become a Super Bowl champion team. And unfortunately, the 2 years that we were there with the Broncos and Wade Phillips was the head coach and my dad served on his staff, we came up short a few times in the postseason. And one sort of heartbreaking miss by Jason Elam led to...
Who is a great kicker, by the way. Jason Elam was one of the all-timers.
All-timers. And probably had, from a statistical category, one of the greatest kickers of all time, Hall of Fame worthy, and so and a good guy. But it happens. You miss kicks, right? So at the end of the day, there's a turnover in the coaching staff, and so lo and behold, for my senior year, we end up in the greater Houston area, and it turned out to be a blessing in disguise for a lot of ways for my life, and for then what transpired and went on to be for my dad's career. He came down, joined Jeff Fisher's staff with the Houston Oilers, and so that's kind of how we got to Sugar Land.
And that obviously didn't last, because I guess there was maybe one season with the Oilers still in Houston, and then they were off to Tennessee. So you at least stayed around long enough to graduate from Clements.
Yes, sir. So I was there for my senior season, and it was a really cool experience for me. In a quick personal note, I was very blessed and fortunate to play collegiate golf at Vanderbilt, and it wouldn't have happened if I probably hadn't moved to a community in a place in a region where I could play golf year-round, coming from Colorado. And based upon the connections of Aldo Greco and Craig Heinrich, who are the kickers and the punters, I had a relationship into taking lessons from Butch Harmon at Lochinvar Golf Club. And so guys like Troy Caesar and Glenn Winningham, who are guys who grew up there, born and raised in Sugar Land, we kind of connected and combined. We became the first ever team to make it to the state championship for the game of golf for our school. And so that was a fun experience. And then I went on to play college golf at Vanderbilt. But 2 years later, of course, Bud Adams and the whole leaving the Houston area to head to Nashville with the team and moving the franchise actually relocated my family to Nashville, where I was going to school. So it was ironic in that regard. And then they became, of course, the Tennessee Oilers and the Tennessee Titans and made a Super Bowl run in the 99 season. But I can just tell you this. I wouldn't change a thing. A lot of people look at my life and they think, gosh, your dad's a football coach. There's some cool things that go with that, but you had to move your senior year of high school. And I just tell people things happen for a reason. Very strong in my faith in that regard. And I know for a fact that I would have never had the opportunity to play SEC Division I college golf, nor would I have had the opportunity to have all the relationships in the world of golf now and be a teacher and a coach in my own right in that, as well as working in broadcasting. So, yeah, I wouldn't go back and change a thing. I mean, obviously, we wish we could maybe win a few more football games along the way, but that's how we got to Sugar Land, and very thankful for the relationships that came from that.
And another kind of 180 degrees different thing was Derek Carr was playing quarterback at Clements, I think through the 2007 season, when they went undefeated until they ran into Katy in the regional final. But then he ended up moving to California, so he was not the Rangers quarterback for his senior year, and the Rangers were never the same. They finally ended the playoff drought last season. And I'm thinking about, all right, 1996 when C.T. Steckel graduates Clements, which schools in Fort Bend were not built? Bush, I don't think, was built. Okay, so Hightower had been built.
Hightower, I don't recall Hightower. Again, I was there 1 year, so it's not like I grew up in the district and knew everybody across the board. But I recall, I want to say in the range of like 8, but Dulles obviously was a main one. But yeah, I couldn't go down the list for you, but that one I don't recall.
Okay, I'm thinking Hightower wasn't built, neither was Bush, neither was Marshall, which has appeared in the state championship football game twice in the last 4 years. I can't stand Aledo. I don't want them to be there. You just can't beat Aledo, except South Oak Cliff did last year. Anyway, and Ridge Point. Ridge Point is the youngest of the schools and probably right now the most successful one.
Yeah, those 4 are definitely ones that would be new to the list. Just remember the great competition, the great attitude when it came to athletics in that area. The coaches and the athletes and the players really took it seriously, and it was fun to be a part of that environment. In Colorado, sports and athletics are important, but obviously coming into the culture in Texas and just seeing how it's truly a year-round endeavor, the off-season programs and all the things that you put into it, from the time and the investment to try to go out on the football field and win, and across the board for all sports, girls and boys. As everybody knows, California, Florida, and Texas are different, and I got to come into that my senior year and experience it, and very blessed by that.
That is C.T. Steckel. Thank you so much for being with us, and here on our halftime program, as Rocky said to Mickey in the early scenes of Rocky 3, we got more to do. So we'll be back with more on the Next Level Urgent Care halftime show. Thank you, CT.
Thank you.
There's a new school close to you, and it will make you a better volleyball player. It's the Volleyball School, not just in Katy now. They're open in Aliana and West Belford. Now Fort Bend volleyball players can raise their game to excel on their high school varsity and compete with the strongest club teams. It takes hard work to make most of your talent, but you already know that. Just know that the Volleyball School makes it fun. Log into thevolleyballschool.com or call 832-736-3191.
Tuesday night volleyball on VypeFortBend.com has the Ridgepoint Panther girls taking on Austin. We'll have that for you at about 6:30 p.m. on Tuesday evening on VypeFortBend.com. Remember, we're your broadcast home for Fort Bend County High School sports. It's always free to listen live and listen later on the podcast at VypeFortBend.com. It is 42-7. Ridgepoint leads Clements at halftime. We've got another great halftime guest coming your way. Don't leave us. You'll be glad you stuck around.
Next Level Urgent Care supports Fort Bend County sports and supports you whenever you're hurting. Next Level is here for the community, open 7 days a week, 9 till 9, for you and your family at more than 30 Greater Houston locations, including Sugar Land, Sienna, Greatwood, Longmeadow, and 4 in Katy. From ow to wow, Next Level Urgent Care has you covered. And if you're short on time, Next Level has an app to get you in line right away. Just text NLUC APP to 313131 for Next Level Urgent Care.
Hello again, everybody. We're here with the Next Level Urgent Care halftime show. We always like to keep you here with interesting guests, and right now we're going to tell you about an important need. We love these games, but we can't have these games without officials. And it's time to talk to Bill Theodore with the Texas Association of Sports Officials, or TASO, as everybody likes to call it. And Bill, what's the state of recruitment of officials so that every one of these games is properly staffed with officials?
Well, the state of recruitment is not very good right now. We are down. Back when the season first started, we were probably down about 1,500 officials, which means that we're having to jumble or move games from Thursdays to Saturdays, or from Fridays to Thursdays, or Fridays to Saturdays. And we haven't really recovered from the COVID outbreak when that hit. And a lot of guys that were right on the bubble of maybe saying, hey, I'll go another year or two, decided, hey, we're done, and they're not coming back. So it's been a struggle. We're gradually getting there. But, you know, just a kind of a quirk that we figured out that for every high school that opens up, there's a feeder school that goes to it, and we need 34 officials to cover all of the sports that go into that. So when you factor in all of the team sports, volleyball, football, baseball, basketball, soccer, softball, and now water polo, I mean, it's dire. You know, we're hurting. We'll take anybody that we can get.
Well, I'll tell you what, those numbers are kind of disturbing, but I just want to say on behalf of all sports fans, thank you for your efforts, and please persevere. I know it has been frustrating, no question about that. How about maybe we appeal to maybe the machismo factor, because when you challenge some guy, maybe he'll say, you know what, I'd kind of like to try that because it is a challenge. Everybody who watches sports, they sometimes feel like they know more than the officials they're watching, and they find it easy to criticize. Right. Okay, well, smart guy, why don't you try it? So what are some of the methods that you give people to reach out to you if they're interested?
Well, we have 23 football chapters throughout the state. Each one of the chapters have their own recruiting committee. They set up on weekends at the academies or the Dicks. They'll put public service announcements out. they'll, social media, which everybody thinks is the death of everybody, is actually a pretty good thing. They'll advertise on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. You've got all these guys that are sitting at home on Friday night or Saturday watching the game saying, hey, that was the wrong call. Well, come show us that you can do it. Our ages, we're more top-heavy age-wise. We have more football officials that are over the age of 60 than we have under the age of 30. So kind of that machismo's in there for those people that are in between saying, hey, let me come and help you out and see what we can do. They can find us on our website at www.taso.org. There's information on there to recruit for any of the sports, for the 7 sports that we have. We're in football season right now. Our ideal numbers for football would be about 6,000. And at the start of the season, we were at 4,900, 5,000. We want to see that number increase by about 20%. So, and it's like that with every sport. So, come give us a hand.
Yeah, we're not just talking guys. Ladies can do it too.
Yeah, you get the best seat in the house. Look, the only kind of discrimination we have is against bad officiating. We don't care. If you can work the rules, pass the test, attend the clinic, living, breathing, we want you out there on the field to help us. Women included. We're good.
And you get paid for doing it.
We just negotiated, the UIL, the Legislative Council, back in their June meeting, did a 10-year pay plan for the officials, where it's going to average out that the officials will get a pay raise in all sports every 3 years. It's guaranteed. So, you're paid travel. You're doing something for the kids, but more importantly, you're giving back to your community, Roger, and that's what it's all about.
Well, it's just one of those thankless things, and nobody notices the officials until they don't show up, and we have to postpone the kickoff or postpone the game to another day. And I know you don't want to do that any more than maybe 0 times.
And there has been times in the past years where we've had games where both teams are there, fans are in the stands, and there's no officials. And for whatever reason, whether the coaches forgot to schedule them or the assigning secretary made a mistake and thought it was on a different night than what it was, it's happened. And it's disheartening. And, you look at the look on those kids' faces and say, hey, we're here to go. Where are y'all at? So, come give us a hand. Help us out.
Well, thank you again. And I will say that as I've matured, I've learned just how much work that officials put into being an official, and I kind of regret some of the things I said when I was younger. I was never R-rated or anything like that, but it ain't as easy as it looks from the stands.
We, in all of the sports, not just football, but for all of the sports, the training for the officials is year-round. And most of the people that the machizos or the armchair quarterbacks that are out there, they don't get that. But it is a year-round thing. Our football training started back in March with monthly webinars training for the new rules that were going to come out. And then in May, it picked up to where they were doing bi-weekly webinars. They're doing weekly chapter meetings. And it's with every sport. So, you're going to get out of it what you put into it. Certainly, if you don't have the time and you can't devote to it, then no, we can't use you. But if you come out one time and just try it, you've got the best seat in the house. You're doing something for the kids. You're getting paid a little bit extra on the side. What more could you ask for?
And you have some great stories to tell. So
the camaraderie and the friendship is beyond anything that compares to. So yes.
All right, ladies, gentlemen, the challenge has been put out there by Bill Theodore of TASO, so give the website one more time so they can start the application process.
www.taso.org.
All right, thanks for being with us on the Next Level Urgent Care halftime show. Speaking of urgent, there's an urgent need for officials, and I hope people will take to heart what they just heard. Thank you, Bill Theodore, and we'll be back on VypeFortBend.com.
Thank you.
Get in the game, make the big calls, give back to your community, then sign up today to become a high school official. More officials are urgently needed in every sport in our state, from football to swimming to wrestling and volleyball. Without officials, there are no sports. So make the right call and visit highschoolofficials.com to learn more. That's highschoolofficials.com.
Dr. Trudy Fleer here with the 5G Home Recovery Podcast. Let's discuss a very real existential threat to internet speed. It's a big one. Ready? T-Mobile Home Internet. It lags. Ugh. Now, what is lag? Lag is a delay in data being transmitted across the internet. For example, you're hitting that hot drop, the parachute cuts out, you've got an unsuspecting bot in your sights, and lag! You were actually eliminated 10 seconds ago. Nobody deserves that. So stop letting T-Mobile Home Internet ruin everything and switch to Xfinity. Learn more at xfinity.com/TMOFacts.
Get an amazing value on Xfinity Internet with unlimited data included. Switch for $55 a month for 2 full years with no annual contract required and no equipment fees for 24 months. Go to xfinity.com/TMOFacts, call 1-800-XFINITY, or visit a store to learn more. Requires paperless billing and autopay. Ends 10/17/22. Restrictions apply. New fast internet and xFi Complete customers only. xFi Gateway required. Taxes and fees extra and subject to change. After 24 months, regular rates apply to all services and devices.
There is nothing spooky about these spectacular specials at First Tire and Automotive. Save $50 off 2 tires and $100 off 4 tires with the purchase of a premium installation package. Some exclusions apply. See store for details. Cannot be combined with any other offers. And if your battery seems to be ghosting you, save 15% on AC Delco batteries. Check out the website firsttireandauto.com for details and to book your appointment today. First Tire and Automotive with 4 convenient locations in Sugar Land and Cinco Ranch. firsttireandauto.com.
All right, the Rangers are back on the field, so are the Panthers, and we're ready to start the third quarter. This is a lopsided game, 42-7, Ridgepoint on top. And unless sometimes announcers will say, unless a minor miracle occurs, well, it would have to be a major miracle
as they take on the
for Ridgepoint to not come out of this game undefeated in District 26A. But Clements can just kind of flush this one and shake it off and try to play better in the second half and get ready for the remainder of the season. They have a very good chance to get into the playoffs and represent one of those four teams that represents District 26A in the playoffs. So another thing that I wanted to tell you about, some of you realize what we do when you come to Mercer Stadium and you see that we set up on the upper concourse, and sometimes we're kind of in people's way, and we're sorry about that, but the reason is if we went inside one of the booths, there's no audio source, and it sounds like you're in the laundry room all by yourself if you do a game from inside the booth. So I've been rattling a lot of ideas around in my head, and I think one of them would be, it wouldn't be that hard to cut maybe a 4-inch in diameter hole in the glass with a little rubber bushing that's all weather, and you could stick a microphone outside that thing and it would close up the hole when you pull the microphone back in. I think that's possible. All right, so here we go, starting the second half. A return by Wesley Drummer from the 15-yard line back to the middle of the hash marks and going all the way to the other side of the field, and he almost gets to the 40. He's down at the 39-yard line where Curtis White wrestles him down for Clements. He ran a long way, and it's a pretty good return for Ridgepoint. I'm expecting to see a lot of folks in this game that don't normally get to play because when you're up by 42-7, you don't want to risk an injury to starting quarterback or to running back Ezel Jolly, although Jolly I do see is coming back out there for Ridgepoint on this first series of the third quarter. And Clements might want to put some of their backups in as well. But Ridgepoint looks like it has its first team offense, 1st and 10 from the 39. There goes Jolly off the left side, dodges a couple of people, gets a first down and more into Rangers territory at the 45-yard line.
Jolly, your ball carrier.
That's a 16-yard pickup and a first down. Think of First Tire and Automotive for all your car care needs. Check them out at firsttireandauto.com. Jack Zhang made that last tackle for the Clements Rangers. Ball spotted at the 46 of Clements. There goes Mason Dossett in motion. Give to Jolly right up the middle. Breaks one tackle and then heads forward until Ferris Rafai wrangles him. And he goes down after a pickup of 4. Second down and 6.
By number 18, Talbot.
Now, in the second quarter, there was an injury to one of the Clements players, Dominic Golemi, free safety, and I didn't actually see the impact that caused his injury, but they had to keep him immobilized, put him in an ambulance, and took him off the field. Second down and 6. Carlisle shakes a sack. Now he's going to throw it. He's got Ashton Bethel Roman running free inside the 20 and dropped at the 15-yard line. Good recovery. Kenneth Robinson made a tackle, but Austin Carlisle showing his great elusiveness. We haven't been able to see that as much as we'd like this year, but I guess that has to do with good protection by his offensive line. And, of course, you look back at last year and you had Bert Emanuel Jr., B.J. Emanuel. He was just a once-in-a-decade talent. And Austin Carlisle doesn't have quite the tools, but there is a high snap. He runs it down. He's being pursued. He throws and almost hits his tight end, Preston Cooper.
For number 88,
incomplete.
Cooper is incomplete.
Great job by Carlisle. I understand that there's a good chance he'll be playing shortstop for the Ridgepoint baseball team in the spring. And he's shown that he's got the hops just in case there's a line drive that's headed his way. It's coming in a little high and hot. Almost completed that pass to Preston Cooper. By the way, Preston Cooper's parents, I happened to see prior to the game, right on the 50-yard line. They got there before anybody else to get the very best seat. Incomplete pass, and they continue to run the clock. Now there's a bad snap, and it's a turnover. Fannin Cross jumps into the backfield for Clements, and he recovers an errant snap, and the Rangers have the football. And the clock stops on the change of possession.
Snap recovered by number 88, Cross. That's a Ranger first down.
Fannin Cross's parents sitting down directly in front of me, about 10 rows. So that's something. Tell me something good is probably what Ranger fans are listening or saying as they listen on VypeFortBend.com. Well, there you go. Your defense turned away Ridgepoint on the first possession of the third quarter, and now your Rangers have the football at their own 23-yard line, and Gunnar Chenier is still in there at quarterback. In motion is Aguirre Acosta, and the pass is tipped, and it's going to be a pick six, maybe. Yes, it is. It's a pick six for Ridgepoint. James Eaglin grabs it. I don't think he was the one who knocked down the pass, but a blitz was coming.
That's good enough for a Panthers.
And he goes in for a touchdown. Well, I was telling you something good, and that kind of trumps it, I'm afraid. Supersedes it, eclipses it. And it's 48-7. Oh, this reminds me of that old song. Mama said there'd be days like this. There'd be days like this, my mama said. And we're going to have Barger, not Barger, on to add the extra point. Holden Gray's day might be done. Bad snap, and it comes down to Barger, who's going to throw a pass into a crowd, and it's incomplete. It almost got into the hands of Preston Cooper, but the guy who broke it up right at the end was Mitchell Taylor of Clements, and so for the first time today, Ridgepoint misses an extra point. They lead at 48-7, 9:08 to go in the third. We'll be back.
There is nothing spooky about these spectacular specials at First Tire and Automotive. Save $50 off 2 tires and $100 off 4 tires with the purchase of a premium installation package. Some exclusions apply. See store for details. Cannot be combined with any other offers. And if your battery seems to be ghosting you, save 15% on AC Delco batteries. Check out the website firsttireandauto.com for details and to book your appointment today. First Tire and Automotive with 4 convenient locations in Sugar Land and Cinco Ranch. firsttireandauto.com.
Archer Volkswagen showroom is open, and our team's excited to help you. Visit our sales department Monday through Saturday from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. Or bring your car in for service from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Monday through Friday, and Saturdays from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. We're closed on Sundays to rest and recharge with our families, so we can serve you well through the week. We hope to see you soon.
Well, I was presumptuous and as it turns out, wrong to say Holden Gray's day is over. He will still be kicking off. And he has it teed up at the 40. Robinson and Mosier deep for Clements. It's angled over toward the numbers on the far side. And it's Robinson on the run, gets to the 25 and runs into, metaphorically speaking, a stone wall.
For the Rangers.
Austin Gunter with the tackle on special teams for Ridge Point. And the Clements Rangers go on offense. You can pass by any time you want. Doesn't matter. Anytime. See, that's what I was telling you about. I set up on the upper concourse, and so many nice folks are wondering if they can pass in front of me. That's fine. You know, it's kind of like if somebody passes in front of you when you're watching TV, as long as they pass very quickly, it's like blinking. You don't miss anything. Chenier ready. And a draw play. J.R. Morellis smashing through the middle, and he picks up 2 yards.
Number 4, Morellis, your ball carrier for the Rangers. He's stopped by number 54, Wynn. Brings up second down.
Cole Wynn makes the tackle for the Ridge Point Panthers, who are going to probably make some wholesale changes on defense. Les Clary, my producer extraordinaire inside the mothership in Vype World headquarters, he's wondering about the 3rd pick 6. Certainly not of the day, but James Eaglin made the pick 6. Empty backfield for the Rangers on 2nd down and 9. Chenier drops back. Alexander pressuring him, and he throws incomplete near the sideline over here, intending it for J.R. Morellis, but Calvin Alexander
brings up 3rd down.
All over him like a cheap suit there. They're running the clock a little faster here in this 3rd quarter. I noticed after Ridge Point had thrown an incomplete pass, they ran the clock. They're not running it now. I don't think Coach Darnell discussed what to do in a lopsided game situation, because the Rangers really didn't expect to be on the wrong end of a 48-7 score. Chenier to pass again. Throws and a little stop route incomplete, intended for Mosier as James Wally belted him right after the ball got there, jarring it loose as he slid to his knees to try and make the catch. And so that's going to bring up a 4th and 9. And Clements will send out the punting unit. So they will be punting, and it's Chenier who was lined up to do the punting. Nick Thomas back to return the kick for Ridge Point, but first a flag. And Carl Birch, our referee, is counting players, and somebody has 12 men on the field. And it must be Clements, because the Rangers are backing up.
Penalty against the Rangers, 12 men on the field. 4th down.
So that, just in case you're scoring at home, or if you're alone for that matter, that makes it 4th and 14, not 4th and 9. See how good a punter Chenier is. Kind of a low, wobbly kick. It's going to bounce once, and picking it up is Thomas from his 38. Starts up the field, cuts right, now goes forward again, and gets into Rangers territory at the 47. That's where Ridgepoint will set up shop.
For the Panthers, he's brought down by number 45, Mills. It'll be first down, Panthers. From the 48.
By the way, I want to say, I know I'm a day late and everything, but I was at my brother-in-law's wedding last night, so Patrick Kinnick called the game where Hightower blasted George Ranch, just as Ridgepoint did. Hold on, hold that thought. And I think Samson Wheeler is in as the new Ridgepoint quarterback. Indeed he is, and he hands it off straight up the middle. Jolly still carrying the football 2 yards straight up the middle. And that's that. Fannin Cross getting up off the bottom, made the tackle.
Down by number 8, Zhang.
And Jack Zhang. I believe Clements is the only team in football history to have 2 players, not brothers, who start their last name with ZH. Zhang and Zhu. 2nd and 8, Samson Wheeler to pass. And it's a little safety valve over here on the right side and a short gain, just 1 yard, and that's it. Oh my goodness, what a hit. Spencer Mandimutsira made the tackle on Jace Baugh of Ridgepoint.
42, Rafai.
And Ferris Rafai.
Brings up 3rd down.
Dominic Golemi left the field for the Rangers in an ambulance in the 2nd quarter. I'm sure that we're not going to be able to get an update on his condition, but he did give the thumbs up as they put him inside the ambulance. It's now 3rd down and 8 for Ridgepoint from the 46 of Clements. Rangers blitzing. Wheeler throws, and he gets a completion and a first down. A little pop pass to the tight end. Takes it to the 35.
86,
Cole Vayon.
That's good enough for
I'd like to say hi to Cole's dad, Chris, and Cole Vayon's a pretty nasty basketball player too. I've seen him grab rebounds with an opposing player attached to the ball where he threw the opponent to the ground like a wash rag while holding onto the ball. There goes Ezel Jolly running off the left side, and he is run down after 3, maybe 4-yard gain. Andrew Taylor and Mitchell Taylor
by number 7,
on the tackle.
Taylor and number 10, Taylor.
2 Taylors on the tackle.
Brings up 2nd down.
2nd down and 7 yards to go for Ridgepoint. Anyway, Cole Vayon looks like a pretty strong basketball player when you want to get rebounds and play physical, block people out. He's real good at that, and he just caught a pass for a first down 2 plays ago. Now Wheeler to throw far sideline, and that's a diving catch. It's a beauty for a gain of 6 yards, and it's Cole Vayon.
Pass complete to number 86.
It's 2 yards short of a first down. So
brought down by number 8, Zhang.
Zhang on the tackle again.
Brings up 3rd down.
That was a 6-yard pass, 3rd and 2. Ridgepoint moving left to right in this 3rd quarter. Ball on the left hash. Draw play, Ezel Jolly dodging tacklers in the backfield, gets away and tumbles down to the 20 and gets a first down for the Panthers. That is a first down. Think of First Tire and Automotive for all your car care needs. Check them out at firsttireandauto.com. Oh yeah, I started to say something and didn't finish it.
That's good enough for the Panthers. First down.
So last night, Patrick Kinnick called the game between Hightower and George Ranch on VypeFortBend.com. I was at my brother-in-law's 3rd wedding. And hold on. Wheeler looks left, looks right, hands off. There goes Jolly inside the 15. And flags come in late as the Rangers gang tackle him after a gain of what would be 5, maybe 6. We'll check the flag. Anyway, I could not broadcast last night, therefore I did not get to say, and I'm a day late now, happy birthday, Shannon, wherever you are. I'll never forget that your birthday is October 14th. The former Shannon Sledge McCullough High School class of 1981. And would I be saying this if it wasn't a 48-7 game? Probably not. But all the best to you, Shannon. All right, we have a new Ridgepoint quarterback, and it's Michael Kazimervis. And he throws a late pass to a receiver who was on his knees when he caught the ball. So that's Antoine Thomas down right there at the 22. That was a 1st and 20 play.
Brings up.
So now it's going to be 2nd down and 12 after an 8-yard pickup.
2nd down.
David Kazimervis played for Clements, I think 3-4 seasons ago. And there's a quick pass, and it's Vayon open near the goal line, in there for a touchdown. They blitzed Kazimervis. He threw off his back foot, but it was right on target.
For a Panthers.
And Cole Vayon takes it in for a touchdown to make it 54-7. That makes me think of the movie Wedding Crashers, you know, when they played that touch football game and somebody said, hot route, hot route. And when the blitz comes in, and, well, you got to know what the hot route is, and I guess it was Cole Vayon. He was pretty much alone. He did carry a tackler into the end zone. Kick up and good by Barger. To be honest, I don't know which it is. I'll have to inquire about that before our next Ridgepoint broadcast, which will be 2 weeks from now. We'll be back on VypeFortBend.com. Our new score, 55-7, so the extra point was good. We'll be back.
Dr. Trudy Fleer here with the 5G Home Recovery Podcast. Let's discuss a very real existential threat to internet speed. It's a big one. Ready? T-Mobile Home Internet. It lags. Ugh. Now, what is lag? Lag is a delay in data being transmitted across the internet. For example, you're hitting that hot drop, the parachute cuts out, you've got an unsuspecting bot in your sights, and lag! You were actually eliminated 10 seconds ago. Nobody deserves that. So stop letting T-Mobile Home Internet ruin everything and switch to Xfinity. Learn more at xfinity.com/TMOFax.
Get an amazing value on Xfinity Internet with unlimited data included. Switch for $55 a month for 2 full years with no annual contract required and no equipment fees for 24 months. Go to xfinity.com/TMOFax, call 1-800-XFINITY, or visit a store to learn more. Requires paperless billing and autopay. Ends 10/17/22. Restrictions apply. New fast internet and xFi Complete customers only. xFi Gateway required. Taxes and fees extra and subject to change. After 24 months, regular rates apply to all services and devices.
Holden Gray kicks off for Ridgepoint, again angling it to the far sideline. Here's the return. And it's a fairly short one by Max Semino. The sophomore gets it across the 20 to the 23.
With the return for the Rangers.
By the way, I just saw Mrs. Bobby Darnell, the head coach's wife. And, you know, her husband's team is down 55-7, but she was carrying a precious little baby
It'll be first
in her
down
arms.
Rangers for the 25-yard line.
And she had as big a smile as she would have if the Rangers were up 55-7. She's a wonderful lady. And it kind of reminded me of the movie Secretariat, and let me tell you why in a moment. Price Marquez is going to be taken over at quarterback for Clements, and he hands it off on the first play of this drive.
Number 4, Morellis with the carry for the Rangers.
And J.R. Morellis carried, or did he? I'm not sure that J.R. is still in there. Okay, I'm thinking maybe it's Julian Wilson. Yeah, I think Julian Wilson is doing something with his hands that say, get out your binoculars, I'm number 48, not number 4. So he gets to carry the football, and they say it's J.R. Morellis. But no, it was Julian Wilson, like King Julian in Madagascar. And they give it to him again, up the middle. Breaks free, across the 30, still going, 35, far sideline. And he gets a first down out to the 44.
48, Wilson,
King Julian Wilson created the version by beating me. I messed that up. I was trying to do an imitation of King Julian from Madagascar. I can't speak anymore. Of Madagascar. Now, Morellis is coming back in. But what a great run by King Julian. Created a version by being eaten. Okay, Morales is back in the game, and he is right behind the quarterback, Price Marquez, in the pistol formation. We're in the final minute of the third quarter. It's 55-7, Ridge Point over Clements. Here's the snap. Marquez hands it off to Morales, bounces outside. Look at him go! 45-40, near sideline. And he's bumped out inside the 35. Ridge Point probably got a touchdown-saving tackle from Kendrell Butler.
Knocked out of bounds.
But that moves the sticks. It's a first down. Think of First Tyrant Automotive for all your car care needs. Check them out at firsttyranauto.com. 1st and 10 for Clements at the 34 of Ridge Point. Well, you know, if you're going to have one run in a football game and you make it as good as Julian Wilson made his run, well, then that's a pretty good day's work. That's the end of the third quarter. 55-7, Panthers going to stay undefeated in district, and we'll be back on VypeFortBend.com, your broadcast home for Fort Bend County high school sports.
Next Level Urgent Care supports Fort Bend County sports and supports you whenever you're hurting. Next Level is here for the community, open 7 days a week, 9 till 9, for you and your family at more than 30 Greater Houston locations, including Sugarland, Sienna, Greatwood, Longmeadow, and 4 in Katy. From ow to wow, Next Level Urgent Care has you covered. And if you're short on time, Next Level has an app to get you in line right away. Just text NLUC APP to 313131 for Next Level Urgent Care.
Equitable Advisors financial professionals know the path to a fulfilling future begins with getting to know who you are and what matters to you most. They work with people as individuals. That's how they deliver on their mission, just like Nick Arevalo, CFP. Talk to your local Equitable Advisor financial professional at 281-712-8777 or visit nickarevalo.com. That's NICKAREVALO.com. Together, you and my friend Nick can plan a future that reflects all of who you are. Equitable Advisors, LLC, New York, New York, member FINRA SIPC, investment advisory through Equitable Advisors, LLC, an SEC registered investment advisor. CFP is a certification mark owned by the Certified Financial Planner Board of Standards, Incorporated. This mark is awarded to individuals who successfully complete the CFP Board's initial and ongoing certification requirements.
Let's bring it up. Third down.
So the Rangers have the football and threatening to score here in the first minute of the fourth quarter. King Julian Wilson has gone back in at running back, and it may be that J.R. Morales is done for the day. Price Marquez, the quarterback, pistol formation. He makes Ridge Point jump, could be a free play. Fade route down the sideline looking for Joey Mongonia, but it falls incomplete. I think that's going to be offsides on Ridge Point, which will give Clements a first down because that was a 3rd and 4 play. We're going to take one more quick break and be back on VypeFortBend.com.
You are the master of the multitask. And we mean everything. We take care of you, so you can take care of business. Office Depot Office Max.
Taking care of business.
Okay, we're back. Clements with the football. And there is a give to Julian. There goes King Julian over the left side and out of bounds.
Number 48, Wilson.
It was 1st and 10, and it looks like he picked up 7.
By number 26, McBride.
I'm trying to identify the tackler, Miles McBride. I think he might be Mason McBride's little brother. He made the tackle, but it was an 8-yard pickup for Julian Wilson. And it's 2nd down and 2 from the 14 of Ridge Point. Wilson to the right of Marquez. There goes Aguirre Acosta in motion. He's in the slot on the left now. And it's a throw to the left. Mongonia catch inside the 10 and down to the 7. That's a first down. Just a quick stop route. And Joey Mongonia is a 6'5 target with long arms.
First down.
First and goal at the 8-yard line. That's where they spotted Joey Mongonia after that catch. Clements trying to get its second touchdown on the board. All is not lost for the Rangers despite this lopsided defeat that they're taking today. And the fans are still enthused. Give to Wilson, bounces off the tackler, inside the 5, going for the pylon, and he lost the football, but it went out of bounds before Ridgepoint could recover it. So disaster averted by the Clements Rangers thanks to the friendly bounce of the football, and that was Joshua Neboer, who is listed on the Ridgepoint roster as a quarterback, but he's in there at DB right now. He knocked the ball out, and he recovered the ball, but both knees were beyond the boundary when that happened, when he recovered it. Second down and goal at the 6. The ball on the left hash, and we'll see if they roll Marquez out here. Takes the snap, and he gives it to Wilson. Zigging and zagging and into the end zone. Touchdown, Rangers! King Julian Wilson.
Wilson's your ball carrier. That's good enough for a Ranger touchdown.
That makes it 55-13 with the extra point to come. 8:25 to go in the game. Mo Sear to kick, and Price Marquez will hold. So Clements still has it all in front of them. If they can win the rest of their games, most certainly they will be in the playoffs. The extra point kick, unfortunately, is hooked wide to the left by Mosier, and our score remains 55-13. This is VypeFortBend.com. We'll be back.
Hello, I'm Gary Horn with Horn Solutions. We agree with energy analysts that the energy market has stabilized. We anticipate significant merger and acquisition activity. Good resources are scarce. Horn Solutions is positioned to assist you in accounting, finance, IT, and supply chain. Our staff can assist you with outsourcing, or we can supply you with resources to join your staff. Visit hornsolutions.net for details.
Gary Horn is a highly successful businessman who has made a huge impact in people's lives, and he loves what he does for a living. That's a big reason why Gary Horn and Horn Solutions support Get a Great Gig. Get a Great Gig is a free job search consultation service that will help you find a job you love, whether it's to make more money or get personal fulfillment in the career of your choice. Email them at getagreatgig@gmail.com or on Twitter at getgreatgigs.
Clements set to kick off after their second touchdown. By the way, I noticed one of the Clements moms, she's wearing a t-shirt. It's got somebody's number on it. It's not somebody whose number is on the roster, but the last name is Lobb, L-O-B-B, and I'm thinking her child should be on the tennis team. And Clements always has a good tennis team and swimming as well. And now there's a nice return by Wesley Drummer, and he's carrying tacklers all the way into Clements territory. I was busy, a little distracted in this one-sided game, watching little boys play football. Go long.
Brought down by number 28, Sanchez.
I threw a completed pass to the tallest kid in the group just now. Just throw it to the tallest guy. It's always the best thing. So Ridgepoint leading 55-13 with still 8:06 to go. Who's coming in at quarterback for them right now? It might be Byron George Jr. And there's a handoff, and it's a big gain for Ridgepoint down the right side, outside the numbers, inside the 20, as they put the ball in the gut of Anthony Thomas.
28 Thomas, your ball carrier for the Panthers.
And the quarterback is indeed Byron George Jr., but I have a personal philosophy. If you're Byron George Jr., and your dad's not famous for playing football in this context, you're just Byron George. See, I called Bert Emanuel Jr., because we all knew his dad from a football context. Another give to Anthony Thomas off the left side, a 2-yard pickup. So that carry got Ridgepoint all the way down to the 17-yard line. Now a 3-yard pickup by Thomas, who has run on consecutive plays, gets his team a 2nd down and 7 at the 14. Fannin Cross, been playing pretty well for the Rangers. I know it sounds kind of silly when a team has given up 55 points, but Fannin Cross has played consistently well. George with Thomas next to him in the backfield. There goes a man in motion. There goes Thomas bouncing outside on the stretch play to the right. Stiff arming a man near the 10. Gets inside the 5 to the 3. And that'll be a 1st down for Ridgepoint. 1st and goal. That's a 1st down. Think of First Tire and Automotive. For all your car care needs, check them out at firsttireandauto.com. It's 1st and goal at the 4. By the way, First Tire and Auto has locations in First Colony on Lexington Boulevard, Katy Cinco Ranch on Eldridge, the original location in Sugarland near Kempner High School, and also in Greatwood. There's a handoff to Anthony Thomas burrowing forward, and he needed 4, but he picked up 2. It'll be 2nd and goal from the 2.
Helped him bringing him down.
Mitchell Taylor on the tackle for your Clements Rangers. Very good chance for both of these teams to make it to the playoffs. Clements just has to learn from this, lick your wounds, get ready for next week. George hands off to Thomas into the end zone, touchdown. Ridgepoint is into the 60s now. 61-13 after that 2-yard touchdown run by Anthony Thomas.
Touchdown.
And I'm going to guess on the pronunciation of the backup kicker's last name. I'm going to say Barger. It just looks right. I know it doesn't fit in if you're thinking of larger. Barger, B-A-R-G-E-R. Zach Barger. Right-footed kicker. His kick is good, and it strikes one of the video cameras at the end of the field. Not the camera, but the mast that keeps it up off the ground about 20, 25 feet. Okay, I'm just giving you needless details at this point. 62-13 with 5:34 to go.
Press box food for today's game.
Hey, Fort Bend County fans, this is Bradley Stavanaugh with Needville Insurance Agency.
Bradley is my insurance man. He can save you hundreds, if not thousands of dollars every year on your car insurance, home insurance, or flood insurance, or all 3 like he did for me. And Bradley, you are as Fort Bend County as they come, right?
That's right, 4th generation here in the Needville area in Fort Bend County, taking care of folks over here for over 100 years here in Fort Bend County.
You can give him a call, you can go online, or he'll even come see you at the Needville Insurance Agency. Give him the number, Bradley.
979-793-7411.
There's a new school close to you, and it will make you a better volleyball player. It's the Volleyball School, not just in Katy now. They're open in Aliana and West Belford. Now Fort Bend volleyball players can raise their game to excel on their high school varsity and compete with the strongest club teams. It takes hard work to make most of your talent, but you already know that. Just know that the Volleyball School makes it fun. Log into thevolleyballschool.com or call 832-736-3191.
By the way, we want to thank the Volleyball School for sponsoring each and every one of our Tuesday night volleyball broadcasts, as well as the what we hope will be many playoff matches to come on VypeFortBend.com. And we've got Ridgepoint taking on Austin at about 6:30 p.m. Tuesday evening. I have a feeling the Astros won't be playing because I think they're going to close out the series this afternoon against the Seattle Ancient Mariners, who are soon to be ancient history. Okay, so Trey Toon kicked off for Ridgepoint, and the guy that returned the kickoff was Mosier. Gabriel Mosier caught it at the 7 and went straight up the left hash and was tackled at the 24. So Clements
Number 3, Marquez,
had it first and
with
10
the
from
carry
there, and on
for
the first
Rangers.
play,
Brought down
their
by
quarterback
number
Price
33,
Marquez ran
Dominguez.
to the left, and I guess it
Brings up
was
second down.
no gain. No, actually a two-yard loss for Price Marquez. 4.5 minutes to go, and we are rolling commercial free the rest of the way here on VypeFortBend.com. Pistol formation, Marquez sends Aguirre Acosta in motion and gives it off to Wilson on the delay, and he is just buried in the backfield. Ridgepoint has a hard practicing player, Norberto
Wilson
Dominguez.
with the carry for the
He's been
Rangers.
practicing
Brought
hard
down by number
and waiting for a
33,
chance to get into the lineup,
Dominguez.
and when he did, he gets a tackle for loss. Norberto Dominguez, remember that name. And remember his brother Noriel Dominguez, who's just
Brings
a
up
freshman,
third down.
who made a tackle on a kickoff earlier today. We're under 4 minutes to go. 62-13. Clements fans, of course, concerned about their defensive back, Dominic Golemi, who left the field on a stretcher, had to get into an ambulance earlier today. Long pass intended for Max Semino. Ball tipped up in the air and incomplete. The ball was tipped up as it went into
intended
double
for number
coverage.
20, Semino is
You had
incomplete.
Kentrell Butler and Anthony Solis down
Brings
there
up
on
fourth down.
defense. That incomplete pass brings up 4th down and 15. The clock stops with 3:20 to go, and Marquez was going to punt, but they send Gunnar Chenier out there to punt. Nick Thomas back in deep safety at his own 44. Chenier ready. Good snap. No pressure. Gets it away. It's a wobbler off the side of his foot. Goes straight up the field, gets to the 35 and bounces backwards to the 31-yard line of Clements. So that's only a punt of 11 yards.
Punt is
Robinson
fielded by
downs it
number
for the Rangers.
5, Robinson.
3 minutes exactly to go in the game, and what will Ridgepoint
It'll
do?
be first down Panthers from the 31-yard line.
I imagine we might see 1 or 2 plays from scrimmage in the usual way, but pretty soon after that, the victory formation is what I expect to see. New quarterback. They run a lot of them in there. Cole Ader, A-D-E-R. And I'm trying to see who is lined up at running back alongside him. Anthony Thomas is lined up in front of him. There's a handoff straight up the middle, bouncing outside. There's going to be a big run by a guy whose name I don't know yet. Inside the 20, 15, and wrestled out of bounds just short of the 10. Welcome, Calvin Sanford.
Sanford, your ball carrier for the Panthers. Chased out of bounds by number 21, White.
I hope his dad's last name is
That's good enough for
Sanford,
the
and I think you know why.
First down.
And maybe his little brother would be named Lamont. If anybody's still listening, come on. You know that was at least a little bit funny. So the clock continues rolling, even though the play went out of bounds. That's what you do in a one-sided game. Ader hands it off, and there goes Sanford. Breaks the tackle in the backfield, going for the pylon, and he is in for a Ridgepoint touchdown.
Number 30, Sanford with the carry for the Panthers.
It is now
That's good
68
enough for a Panthers
to 13.
touchdown.
So, well, they ran a couple of plays, and instead of going to the victory formation, they're lining up to kick an extra point. Barger. One of our other games next week, we've got the Kempner Cougars taking on the Fulshire Chargers, as the extra point is good by Barger.
Extra point kick by number 82.
69 to 13 is our score. I hope that's our final score. We'll be back. No, I can't do that. I told you we were rolling commercial free, and I'm going to keep my promise. So we have a schedule for next week. I can tell you we got Tuesday night volleyball, Austin and Ridgepoint. I can tell you we have
don't forget to save the date, May
Kempner
17th,
taking on
ISD
Fulshire,
Athletics
and
will
I
be hosting
think
our
that's
district's version of
Saturday's
the
game
Games.
next week.
We'll be calling it our Fab Awards.
We've got
Fab Awards stands for Fort Bend ISD Athletics.
We've got
Best.
Clements taking
This will be a
on
red carpet event on May
Bush
17th,
on Friday night.
That celebrates our student
But for the
athletes
life of
and
me, I
coaches'
can't remember
success
what our Thursday
throughout the
night game is.
22-23 school year. There'll be 40 categories awarded for this amazing event. Please be on the lookout for further information on our Twitter platform at FBISD Athletics.
Maybe we have a Travis game on Thursday. Not sure. Oh well. Ridgepoint to kick off. 1:46 left in what became a fiasco. Trey Toon, left-footed kicker. So Ridgepoint uses Holden Gray, who's a senior, on kicks. Zach Barger as well. But Trey Toon is a sophomore, so he may be in a good position to get the place kicking specialists' responsibilities next year for Ridgepoint. Puts his left foot into the ball. And it's Mo Sear from the 5, straight up the hash mark, cutting to the right. Stiff arms a man, still going, gets to the 30 near sideline, and a great return. 36-yard line for Gabriel Mosier.
Number 9, Moisier.
And as Tom Berenger said in that Junction Boys movie that ESPN made in the early 2000s, he ain't quitting. And nobody out here for Clements has. But Ridgepoint does have a lot more depth on a warm day such as this, and one more opportunity to get some more points on the board for Clements, trailing 69-13. Tall quarterback Bryce Marquez sends a man in motion. Fakes it to Wilson, keeps it on the right side, outside the numbers, near the sideline, and goes out. And that was close to a late hit, and it is going to be a late hit. So it's a gain of 9 yards to the 45-yard line, but there will be 15 yards added on. And I don't think it's really fair, to be honest with you. Kentrell Butler of Ridgepoint hit Marquez in the thigh, and he was just like an inch out of bounds.
Penalties against the Panthers.
You can't trust the ball carrier to run out of bounds, so you got to make sure he doesn't slip between you and the sideline and take it to the house. So, Kentrell, I got you on that one. If I were the judge, I would say innocent. We're going to drop the charges due to a lack of evidence. But anyway, Clements has the ball at the 41 of Ridgepoint after the penalty. Give to Wilson up the middle, breaks one tackle, forges ahead, gets 5. On the tackle Wilson, for Ridgepoint, Norberto Dominguez. And not to mention Noriel Dominguez. The brothers Dominguez collaborate on a tackle, and there's a timeout. No, there's not a timeout. We just have a Ridgepoint player going off because he lost his helmet. And he might be losing his breakfast. Poor kid. I'm not going to name him. 33 seconds to go and the clock ticking. See if Clements flings one to the end zone. Marquez hands it off to Wilson, running left. Hit in the backfield and dropped in another Dominguez tackle. It's Noriel.
Number 48,
and
Wilson,
I think that's going to be the final play.
Rangers.
Yes, indeed it is. So the teams will line up at the 50-yard line and shake hands, and we will go home and watch Astros baseball. So for Les Clary, producer extraordinaire inside the mothership at Vype World headquarters, Merle Bertrand, Suna Venkat, Patrick Kinnick, Bob McKay, and everyone on the VypeFortBend.com team. Our final score 69-13. Ridgepoint beats Clements. Panthers stay undefeated in District 26A play, but the Clements Rangers, they're doing just fine. Despite today's loss, they have it all in front of them, and they can control their destiny and get to the postseason. Goodbye from Mercer Stadium. And we will talk to you on Tuesday night for Tuesday night volleyball, which I think makes perfect sense. Ridge Point taking on Austin.
Thanks for supporting your players, and enjoy the rest of your day.
What he said. Good night, everybody. Go Astros. Thank you. Our Saturday matinee game is over. Ellipsis. Final score: Ridge 69, Clements 13. Ellipsis. Thank you for everything, and have a wonderful Saturday. Period. Go, Astros. I get those every time, yeah, when you're not around, we go that to the side.